Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're about to do a developer stream of the Murderous Muses game. And with me today, I'm not going to be on my own, is Ayvianna Snow, who plays actually Millicent Brand in our previous game, Dark Nights with Poe and Munro, and also plays the voice of Jamie in this one, Murderous Muses. How are you? You good? You ready?
Hello! Yes, I'm very excited to be here and very excited to play the game.
Excellent. We've had a little rummage through, haven't we, in the Muses Challenge? You've had a little look at the game.
Yes, I got a flavour of it, but I haven't sort of played it properly, so...
Okay, well today we're going to see the full version of the game, bugs and all. So if it falls over, then that's real, everyone. This is the version that you're going to get in 2 days' time on Steam, or last week if we keep playing this later on. So I've introduced you. Let's shrink us down, shall we? And get ready to go into the gallery.
Okay.
I'm going to hit new game, and then there's going to be some video for us.
Your shift is officially 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. and you can obviously browse the gallery for free at any time. We used to have a bed, but that just encouraged security guards to sleep through their shifts, so try not to fall asleep. That's my only advice. Okay, catch you later. Stay safe.
Mystery phone call.
Welcome to Murnhaven's Unsolved Mysteries. Tonight, we'll be trying to solve the murder of Murnhaven's most famous artist, Mordecai Gray, brutally murdered in his loft last year. On the night of All Hallows Eve, Gray had been painting 6 portraitures at the time. They were all suspects according to Justice Hoon, but Hoon was unable to convict any of them. Could there still be a killer on the loose? Was it Dominic Serron, the lush burlesque dancer? Or Otto Pipistrel, our now famously cancelled ventriloquist? Or perhaps Lilith Rendell, the island's only undertaker? Gray was also painting Sunday Finch, our twinless tennis star, Xavier Hahn, the reclusive clockmaker, and finally, Vice Justice Catherine Myers. Perhaps Justice Hoon was covering up for his understudy. We have all the juicy details coming up, but before we discuss those murderous muses, let's delve into the mind of a killer by retracing their footsteps on that fateful day.
Wow. That's a big unskippable cutscene.
Scary stuff.
So, Mordecai Gray,
Okay.
murdered Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve, that's what I got
He was
from that.
murdered.
Yeah.
So now we're in the gallery?
Yeah, I think that first video there was from Sasha, our manager. And she was just kind of telling us that this can be our first night, I think. They change, actually. Every time you play, we've got quite a few of those. But yeah, we are Night Watch here. It looks like we've got a big logo there.
It's a very big logo.
Some in-game promotion, as it's known. And we also have a letter, which is different to the one that you saw last time. Do you want to have a read?
Shall we read it? Hey, hang on. Please can you open the crates and hang Gray's paintings for me? There should be 6 arriving each day. Please try to match them up correctly with the plaques I've put up. When you've done, turn on the security monitor to start your shift. Thank you, Sasha. So we are to hang 6 paintings every day.
Sounds like it, yeah. There should be.
Curiously uniform handwriting.
Yeah.
Does that suggest that it was in fact typed?
I think it could do.
Or
yeah.
typewriter, maybe? Is that...
I don't think it's not a big clue, but there's nothing... Not even a
The thing is, because of the sort of catching the killer mindset, I'm now like paranoid about everything. I'm like, uniform handwriting.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are these crates?
Where are the crates? There's definitely... That looks like a crate over there, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So, should we have a look in?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Gray's Law, a headstone adorned with a skull.
A headstone and a skull. Okay.
So I have to match it with the correct
it said
plaque.
That's right. Hang Gray's
So the
paintings.
plaques are already up. We have to find the correct plaque to hang it in the right place.
That sounds good. So that will...
So should we start walking around and reading plaques?
I think so. A headstone. Okay.
Headstone adorned with a skull.
Chalk cellars. Probably not. That's fine. Yeah.
What's a butterfly park? No.
I mean, it could be the future.
The future.
Depending how
Well,
bleak you
that's
think
a
it is.
bit of a pessimistic future. I think from my memory, in one of the rooms toward the back, there's a graveyard. Revanche. No. Burial grounds? It could be the burial grounds. Yes, try it.
Nice. It's popped out.
Because, I remember there is a graveyard at some point, so this is what this is.
Do you want me to put bigger subtitles up? Can you see it?
I'm struggling to see it, to be honest.
Okay.
I wonder if there's a way for me to make this bigger.
On your screen?
Yeah.
You can...
Because it's only a small bit of my screen.
Let me just play this for everyone here.
Originally an unorganised burial ground for the first settlers, the plot was turned into the largest solitary graveyard on the island, with thousands of headstones honouring the dead. Only Merlehaven residents with pre-booked plots can be buried here now.
Beautiful. Okay, next crate.
That was a lovely voice. Who was that?
I don't know, these actors, honestly.
Let's see if there's any more crates in here. Here's a crate.
Here we go. A painting of several kegs in a cellar of sorts. Well, now, there was a chalk cellar back in the first room.
There was, I heard cellar.
So...
Let's do the hold shift to run.
I love the footsteps. Something quite nice about them.
Okay.
Chalk cellars.
The chalk cellars are home to one of Merlehaven's largest exports, Merle port wine.
Nice.
Using water from a natural spring in the Aurora Woods, the wine is said to have great healing and sometimes hallucinogenic properties. It's also the only alcohol that licensed premises can serve at all times of the day.
There you go. Visit Merlehaven for hallucinogenic wine that you can drink all day round.
All time, for breakfast.
Seems okay.
For lunch, for brunch. Also, they've kind of created a bit of a monopoly, haven't they? They can only sell that one type of wine on Merlehaven.
Yeah.
More crates. Here we go.
There's sometimes crates in here. There aren't any at the moment. We can pling all those other paintings as well, and listen to the recordings there.
Yeah, how do we get to listen to, when the people were actually speaking to Mordecai Gray?
Also, let's just have a...
Welcome to Gallery Argenta. I'm Jamie, your jovial art museum information educator. Push my buttons and see how I respond.
There you go, brilliant.
Push my buttons.
Ayvianna, available for museum tour voiceover and gallery voiceovers.
A gathering of birds depicted above the annual fair.
Interesting.
Oh, how lovely. So we're looking for...
That's a great orc as well while we're here.
Oh, that is a great orc. It's a massive penguin.
It looks like a giant penguin. Let's have a little. Just listen, shall we? Nice.
So that's how it
not a clue.
sounds.
That's probably not going to help us with the murder. I think it's just flavour for the gallery here. Oh,
A nature scene depicting a clock in a tree surrounded by butterflies. Now, there was a butterfly garden back in the first room.
it could be that.
I don't know whether that's... or whether the clock in the tree is a separate thing. Clock in a tree.
Clock in a tree. Hmm. What could that signify? Time, passing of time, maybe as well. So look at. Oh dear.
Merlehaven's mirrorless butterflies. What a beautiful word, mirrorless. Well, see, I think that's probably the butterfly garden, and the clock in the tree will be something else.
I'd go with that. Yeah, I think so. So look at this one as well. Oh, got a key.
An old rusty key.
What could that open?
Love it. Staff room. Well, it opens the staff room.
Yeah, I haven't really investigated enough because I've spent 67,000 years in this gallery, so I know everything about it. So if there's anything you want to see.
A theatre stage with ominous lighting. Ominous lighting.
A theatre, nice.
And Merlehaven Bell for the...
What have I got here? I've got 4 paintings and a key. She said 6 paintings.
This room has been quite productive.
Yeah, she said 6 paintings though, and...
But we've hung 2 already, so that does make 6.
Have we found 2? Oh yeah, okay, cool.
We've hung 2.
Let's go and hang those paintings, shall we? If I could run like this in real life for this long. Okay, butterfly park.
So that butterfly garden, the one with the mirrorless butterflies.
You actually get a higher score if you accurately put the right picture up immediately in a spot. Develop a tip for you there. So if you...
Well, I'm betting that this is the correct one.
Yeah!
Am I
popped
correct?
out. The audio button's popped out.
The Merlehaven Butterfly Park and Centre for Tourism is on the north coast of the island and is home to over 2,000 exotic butterflies from all over the world. Merlehaven has its own unique butterfly species too, a merlefly, which resembles a red admiral but with asymmetrical markings on its wings.
I love the word mirrorless. I think you have a beautiful control of language. It's a beautiful use of language. There's something very lyrical about the way this has been written.
Oh, thank you.
And I guess that's down to you and Linda.
Yeah, thank you.
You're hiding quite a poetic soul behind your game developer hat.
It's all this... It's all the Stephen King I read when I was young.
Yeah. I don't think it's the future. I don't think we've gotten... Can we keep walking around? I feel like there's more that we haven't...
So we've got a theatre and some birds on a pier and a clock in the woods.
And then the clock in the tree. Yeah.
Let's have a look at some of these spaces.
What does that say?
I'm not really feeling the hunt.
It's not a hunt.
It could be in the woods.
No one's hunting.
Henge.
What does that say?
The last orc. Penguin.
No.
The Baconian.
No, it's not the Baconian.
Okay, Abernathy's Bluff.
No.
A flock of starlings.
Okay, we'll try that. The birds over the pier.
A gathering of birds. Let's do it. Yep.
One surprising fact in Merlehaven's natural history is the dramatic increase in starlings populating the island. Numbers of these iridescent birds have massively declined on the UK mainland. Yet Merlehaven seems to attract more and more every day, leading to several spectacular and prophetic murmurations. What magic power does the island hold over these birds?
Prophetic murmurations. It's just beautiful. It really is.
It's the way you deliver it. That's what it is.
No, it's gorgeous. No, it's not the chapel. It's so nice to see how all this fits into the game because I recorded all these in isolation, not really knowing what I was talking about. It's not the docks looking.
Doorway.
Doorway? No, we don't have a doorway.
I mean, a lot of our games, the actors are in isolation, just their role for Dekker and stuff, so you have no idea how you fit in. No.
No, neither of those.
I think there you go. Walk fair. We're out now.
Have we done all of them? So the options were a stage, I recall, and the clock in the tree.
A theatre stage with ominous lighting. A nature scene depicting a clock in a tree surrounded by butterflies.
And have we done all of them now?
We've looked at all of them, yeah. I mean, I've seen them because I'm being rude. I know what they are.
So no, I understand. Okay, so okay. I'm gonna have to use my noggin.
So which ones don't you? Which ones of these do you not have any image for at all?
I don't know what the future looks like, unless I suppose the clock in the tree could indicate the future. It's quite open to interpretation, isn't it?
Yeah. Henge, any idea what that might be?
Well, it brings to mind Stonehenge, so I was thinking a sort of collection of stones.
I think that's good. The Baconian, any idea what that would be?
Well, it's named after Francis Bacon, so it'll be a building like a large library holding books and artifacts.
And Francis Bacon, famously...
rival of Shakespeare.
Ooh. Rival of Shakespeare?
So a stage.
Could it be? Should we try that one? Brilliant.
So it's a theatre rather than a museum.
It is. It's
I apologise.
A theatre stage with ominous lighting. Yeah. So let's have a listen.
The Baconian was founded in 1967 by Olivia Argenta, who believed Sir Francis Bacon was the true author of the works generally associated with Shakespeare. To this day, any play originally thought to be by Shakespeare can only be performed at the Baconian if it is credited to Sir Francis in the programme.
Bit of copyright infringement there. There you go.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your guidance.
And I'm going to go back to the other one because you nailed that one really. The future is the clock in the tree there.
Okay. What an interesting depiction of the future. And what does it say? I'm interested about click on the little thing.
This arresting dreamscape was the second painting in Gray's dream period. Mordecai never revealed what the painting was supposed to represent, and only spoke about it in one rare interview, where he claimed that he could still hear that infernal tick, tick, tick. Controversially, some people say they can see pagan imagery in the piece.
How interesting. There's got quite a few interesting pieces there, because the tick, tick, tick is, isn't it an Edgar Allan Poe story where the heart is buried underneath the floorboard, but the man who committed the murder can still hear it beating? Obviously, he can't really. He's imagining this, the telltale heart.
The telltale heart.
That's what that is. And it also reminds me of those famous paintings of the clock, which is sort of melting.
Yeah.
Who painted those?
I can't remember his
name. I can't remember either. God.
But there's actually a sculptor who does kind of warped grandfather clocks and stuff as well. Like twisted grandfather clocks.
Yeah.
Whole thing. But yeah, the future. I mean, when we come back in the night, we can have a look at these paintings again as well to see if there's any.
Oh yeah, what the change is as to what the night gallery. That's my favourite thing in this game. I think what the night gallery person tells you about the paintings.
I mean, we don't want to spoil it too quickly, but
but we have the key for this.
Yeah, shall we go? Let's try the key. We're in. What's in the star frame?
There's a secret. Well, there's a clock.
A clock, standard.
Prophetic clock. Oh. And there's the painting of Rachel, who looks lovely.
It's Rose from Dark Knight's Poe and Munro.
What does this say?
That says Morph Girl.
Now, why is that painting not hanging with the others?
This is actually more. Fan service. Morph Girl is another F&V game made by Autumn, who did editing on Poe and Munro. So that's just that's not meant to,
It's not
give
a
you any more
clue.
hints. No, a fire extinguisher, that might be a clue. We'll see it later.
More infernal crates.
More crates. I'm not sure we can actually do anything with them. No. These come into use later on. I won't say
When
why.
I have to bury bodies or something.
It's like a weird
Octopus.
octopus elephant thing in there. Nothing. Some old VHS tapes. Poe and
Poe and Munro. Where have I heard that
place
before?
away.
I've got one of them. Yeah.
You've got that's
on my
the
bookcase.
Blu-ray, the PlayStation Blu-ray, yeah. So, I mean, I'm trying to see if you're on the back. I can't actually see from there. Have you broken something?
Sorry, my microphone came apart. What did you say?
No, you're good. I said I can't see if you're on the cover of this or not. It's the back cover. I can't see I can't get close enough. But
Oh, wow. Is this painting a painting? Can we read? What is that? Is that not a painting?
no, that's actually that is,
It looks like a dashboard of a car.
it is. It's I cameo sometimes. So in Shapeshifting Detective, I was the taxi driver. You never get to
No
see him or
way.
speak to him. But yeah, I filmed myself driving for hours just so that I could edit into the game.
And
So
what? There was a notice on the wall over there by the door. What does that say? What happens at Gallery Argenta stays at Gallery Argenta. Please do not take works of art home. Sasha. That could have
Interesting.
more than one meaning.
Can't take works of art home. That's what she's saying. I can close the door because energy
Keep
crisis.
the place neat.
There we go.
Now what? Can we talk to the suspects?
How do we talk to? Let's go back. Just read that note quickly. When you've done, turn on the security monitor to start your
Oh,
shift.
I forgot. Okay, how do I do
So-
that?
No?
Wake up. Wake up. Oh, wake up.
Oh.
We're in a little room with a picture of a key, and the painting is called Three Keys. Shall we hang it? Even
Think
though it is
so.
only one key, but
Let's grab that. A painting of a key.
do we hang it there? Oh, three eyes, pardon me, not three keys.
Okay, should we go?
There's nothing you can read. It's not a...
No, it just says 3 eyes. But there's nothing else in here.
Is there a door? Are we trapped?
We are trapped at the moment.
We've been locked
Look.
in this room.
It's got a little button. It's
Press
trying to
it,
give
press
us a
it,
hint.
press it.
Ooh. One of those balls just disappeared. There's now 2. And there
There's
were
3 of them.
There were 3. And now...
Oh, there are 3 eyes, as in there's 3 red things at the side.
Yeah. And now it's
Does it
not
come
working.
out?
But it's hinting me that I should click on the painting.
Click on it, click on it.
Oh. That's changed
So now we're
to 2
down
eyes.
to 2 eyes. Oh, we're
Nothing
not
else
any
going
further
on,
forward. We're still trapped.
But we've got 2 eyes.
And
It
then,
says
okay,
2
so
eyes.
press it again and see.
One eye. Okay.
Keep going, keep going.
We're out of eyes.
How many is that key? So now, well, there you go.
What's
Oh
happened?
my word.
Got a little table.
And it's got the same number of circles in it that came up on the painting, in the final version of the painting.
It wants me to click on that, but nothing's happening. Oh. It wants me to click on this as well.
An undulating marble that seems powerful. The Eye of Mordecai.
That is what was in those paintings.
I see. So we could put it in those holes. And we got to fill the whole table, perhaps. There's 6 on that side and 1 on the other.
It reckons there's another hint there.
Mm-hmm. So we've got to restore.
What happens when I press this? It's disappeared and it's gone into the painting.
Yeah, so we've got to fill all of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a 7th one there.
I can't see anything. Can't see any other eyeballs in here.
Well, if we go out the door, where does that take us? Or okay. It's locked. Oh, we are actually locked in here. Okay. Okay, click on that.
Yes.
Done it.
So are we now released? Key. Okay. A slight hum when you listen to it.
The humming key. Yeah. Hey! We're back out.
So we were trapped in there. How interesting. Who trapped us? What does that say? The monitor in reception appears to be the gateway between here and there. I must be careful not to activate it before I'm ready to leave. H. Is that
Sounds
an
like
H?
It is, yeah.
I can't see very well.
It is, yeah. That sounds like a hint. The
The
monitor
monitor
reception.
is the gateway between here and there.
I must be careful not to activate it before I'm ready to leave, so we shouldn't touch that until we've given up.
We never
Although-
give up.
As it's a developer playthrough, I can let you know that if you try, it won't do anything at the moment.
What does that say? Night 1. Okay.
Yeah,
Night
there's a
1.
wall here, but nothing else is going on there at the moment. We could try and put some paintings on it. What have we got in our inventory? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
So these are okay. So the Muses paintings have appeared, and they weren't here
Yeah.
before.
and they've all got 6 of those eyeballs in. Oh, I can't see it up here. Otto and Pip.
The comedic ventriloquy act. Lilith Rendell, Merlehaven's only undertaker. A painting of Xavier Hahn, surgeon turned clockmaker.
Interesting. Cybernetics.
Professor Myers, Vice Justice of Merlehaven. I mean, surgery and clockmaking, to an extent, possibly utilize similar skills, don't they? You've got to be very good at working with your hands in very small, detailed
Precision.
ways. Precision. Dominique Serrant, the burlesque ballerina. Love these characters. The tennis pro Finch twins, Sunday and Monday Finch.
Okay. Nothing's going on at the moment with this. We'll just come back and try it later. Did you want to hear any of the...
Yeah, I love to
paintings that we
hear.
have?
Yeah, please. I want to hear the night version of what the day person said about them.
It's no surprise that over 90% of Merlehaven tourists have already tasted the pleasures of Merle port wine before their arrival. It's almost as if it contained an ingredient that was luring them here.
Wow. Who knows? Exports.
Keep going. What's the next one?
Created imports.
The Butterfly Park is incandescently beautiful with its water fountains and Art Nouveau sculptures, and the most wonderful place to relax. That is until you realize that the merle fly is actually carnivorous, like the Pheneseca tarquinius, and enjoys gnawing on its bedfellows.
Well,
I love it. I love the hint of menace. I love the underlying. I'm really interested to see what he says about this.
just a
Whether this
carnivorous
painting was
butterfly.
stolen or what happened.
Most of Mordecai's dream works were created autonomically, channeling the will and the way of the heart of Merlehaven itself. The future is a message to the rest of the planet, showing a clock ticking in Mother Nature, superimposed with the rituals of humanity, depicted as a pentagram. It's a prediction of death by climate change. Nothing more, nothing less.
Cheery.
Well, of course it is. Yes, it's quite clear to me
You
now.
see them too, don't you?
Oh. And what else do we hang? The burial grounds?
The Triumvirate tried to out-and-out ban burials decades ago, but that kicked off a revolution from grieving Merlers. So instead, they passed a law limiting the size of the burial ground and gave council aid to Merlers who cremated their relatives. If you don't fall into either of those categories, you're either buried at sea or fed to the undulating hills.
Fed to the hills. Go back, we missed a painting. What's that?
Revenge? We didn't get the day for that. You want to hear the night?
Gray idolized and adored his mother, whom he never really met, and said she would rise again and take back what was hers. He never did mention what that was, but based on what happened, maybe she was coming back for him.
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, his mother's not a suspect.
He had an interesting relationship with his mother. I'm building up a picture of him.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
Saviour's Bell.
The nighttime truth. You want to hear Saviour's Bell?
Yeah, I love the nighttime truth.
Saviour's Bell still gets rung by the unhappy spirits of Merlehaven, mostly witches who were drowned by the Triumvirate in the Aurora trials. Mayor Spence ordered the bell to be destroyed, and the Triumvirate passed a law banning the paraphernalia of divination. They'd hoped to cover up their sins by severing all ties with the spirit world. Didn't work, did it?
What's interesting is how rich the tapestry is of this world that you've created. There's a huge marble. But it's like the fact that there were witch trials on Merlehaven in the past, the Aurora trials. I mean, I am genuinely impressed by the attention to detail.
Yeah.
The Baconian.
It's nice to add a bit of kind of ambience to the backdrop of
Colour.
the murder mystery, as it were. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
It sounded pretty dodgy in the day. I don't know what the bacon is going to be like at night.
Let's not start on the Argentas, shall we? But here's some food for thought. Olivia Argenta bought the rights to the written works of Sir Francis Bacon in 1966. Coincidence?
So that's why she wants to claim that everything by Shakespeare was written by Bacon, because then she would own the rights to it.
Money, eh?
The Argentas.
Those Argentas, Gallery Argenta. I've got the fish as well. We can.
So
speak
they're
about
the
that
rich
later.
family on Merlehaven, is that right? The Argentas.
Yeah. We actually have plans. We have plans possibly for a trilogy of games. And
About
they
the
would
Argenta
It would
family.
involve the Argentas a bit. Yeah. The lighthouse. We didn't put that up. Do you want to hear about that?
Yeah.
Lighthouse keeper Leon Noel jumped from the lighthouse and died a year after he'd taken up residence there. It was his spirit that kept the place alive, and it was only set free in 2010 when his ex-wife died. He originally jumped because she'd left him, and when he could sense she was close to the end, he left Merlehaven forever to be at her side. Gray went to prison for that thing.
Gray went to prison for this painting of a lighthouse?
Yeah. That might come out later, but yeah, it does seem a bit weird that he said that. So, Gray obviously had something to do with the lighthouse.
Something to do with it.
Yeah. Other than that, basic
So
love
Leon
story.
Noel is dead,
Yeah.
but his spirit only left when his ex-wife died because he went to be with her in the spirit world.
Yeah.
And somehow Mordecai Gray's wrapped up in it.
Yeah. It does come into play, the lighthouse, later. The flock of starlings.
Yes.
Hear about the...
My
Starlings are
pottage.
Earth's spiritual guardians, that often migrate to places where immense evil is brewing. In Merlehaven's case, they're gathering on the very creature that rose out of the ocean almost 70 years ago. What do they know that we don't?
Oof.
So as I suspected, they are portents, Shakespearean portents of evil to come.
Yeah. 70 years ago, Merlehaven.
And they flocked.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they said 70 years ago, Merlehaven rose out of the ocean. So.
Is Merlehaven only 70 years old?
Yeah.
That's quite young for a place.
Yeah, it just appeared in the 50s, I think. Yeah.
And what precisely? If the starlings are flocking around the annual fair, if I recall. So is the annual fair a significant?
That's the
Perhaps.
Orc Fair, yeah. I mean, he's saying that they're kind of protectors, so they've gathered around Merlehaven. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
To protect
Yeah,
us.
they kind of protect the birds.
Starlings are
So,
Earth's
spiritual
guardians.
There you go.
So they migrate to a place where
It
trouble's
sounds
brewing.
that way. I mean, possibly. Merlehaven, eh? Nice place to visit. You won't want to live there.
Hey, what's this strange painting of someone who looks like they're in terrible trouble with their hands?
Spirits. Shall we listen?
Mordecai's depiction of a spirit was commissioned as an advertising poster and postcard for the Merlehaven Centre for Tourism. There's nothing remotely spooky or accurate about it.
Okay. He's not a fan.
Well, I don't know. I think he's caught something. I think there is something spooky about it. I can't at this point speak for accuracy.
No, I'm not Ghost myself yet. At least I don't think I have. You might not know. If ghosts look like people, you might not know. Ah,
Maybe you're a
could be
ghost.
already. Yes. You'd be worried, wouldn't you, if you got an email saying I died yesterday? You'd be like, who did I do the stream with?
But I met him today. The
It's
undulating
my favourite
hills.
place.
Somebody was fed to these hills. The dead people who can't be buried at sea or on Merlehaven or be cremated, they are fed to these hills. These hills eat
They sound
people.
alive, don't they? Let's have a listen.
That rubber-like surface on the undulating hills is in fact the skin of the North Sea creature that we're currently standing on. Merlehaven isn't an island. It's a monstrous godlike octopus that's taking a bath.
So Merlehaven is not actually a land formation. It's just a creature that rose from the sea 70 years
I mean,
ago.
this is Higgins, eh? Maybe he's hit the bottle hard. Who knows? That's definitely what Higgins is telling us.
I mean, that would explain why the undulating hills can eat things.
Yeah. Yeah, the undulating hills is something we can ask the suspects about as well.
The Hearseman, let's hear it.
Steve Stewart was a wheeler dealer who'd take on any job. Stuffing bodies into the back of his car was just the one he was most well known for. He was actually murdered by the Johnsons. They wanted to take over his business, so they beheaded him and made it look like an accident. No wonder his spirit's still driving around the island.
The Tale of the Headless Horseman.
Wow. God, the amount of murder on this quite small island.
How do they pay their taxes? Okay. We're through that then. Presumably.
But so what task are we actually meant to be doing? Because I'm just enjoying myself, but I'm aware I'm not doing a task.
we weren't given any particular tasks. We picked up some
no,
paintings.
but, well, we're not meant...
We're trying to solve a murder, but I want to hear from Jamie again. I want to hear what Higgins says.
I'm Higgins, and I stopped questioning why or how this place existed a long time ago. I've updated the recordings with the truth for your listening pleasure.
I like Higgins very much. The truth.
Okay, let's have a look. Look in here, shall we? This is new.
What is the TV? This just
Yeah, this
appeared.
used to be where the main gallery was. Gallery's disappeared.
So it's changed.
We've got a corridor here now.
And there's a TV.
There's another TV, because we love our TVs. Love our TVs and film. There's no...
We'll try turning the
Let's turn the
TV
TV
on
on.
and see if it comes on.
I do like doing this. It makes it sound go weird.
You're giving me a headache,
Thank
but
you.
yeah. Trick or treat.
To
I love that
successfully
shot of the
charge
tree.
somebody with murder, you need to prove that they had the opportunity to carry out
motive.
the deadly deed. So, where and when exactly was Mordecai Gray murdered? Here's what we know. At 7 p.m. on the 31st of October, Gray was scheduled to reveal his latest exhibition of portraits at Gallery Narrator. The last time he was seen or heard by anyone was when he delivered the final portraits to the gallery at 3 p.m. He told the gallery manager
4 hours.
he had a final errand to run and that he'd be back before the grand opening. But he never came back. According to the coroner, Mordecai was murdered at precisely 7 p.m., the same time his exhibition opened. Where was he murdered? In his artist's loft on Sunvale Parade, the same place the body was found. So it's likely our killer wouldn't have had a corroborated alibi for the time of the murder.
Right. Did you get any of that?
Okay, that's interesting. So he was last seen alive at 3 p.m. and he was killed at 7 p.m. So there's 4 hours unaccounted for. We know he went back to his own house on Sunvale Parade. Is it significant that the killer chose to take his life at the exact time that the exhibition opened?
I mean, possibly. It's one of them.
Well, was that a thing? I'm going to kill you the second it opens, and the killer could not have been someone who was actually present at the opening of the exhibition at 7 p.m. So
Yeah.
it might be worth getting a guest list who was there at
We need-
7 p.m.
We need to find out what the muses were doing at 7 p.m. if we can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People always bump off the artists, when the opening starts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay now because we're not releasing for 2 days. But when you get, we get if I die on release day, it's because somebody's desperately unhappy with their performance in this game. But everyone's done a really good job, so I think I'm feeling safe.
So basically, I have to think on Wednesday 12th. At what time of day is it released?
Do you know, it's a weird thing. It's whenever we roll out of bed and hit the button.
Oh, okay.
It's not even scheduled. So probably somewhere 7, 8, 9. We need to be up and ready for to hit the button. But yeah.
So I need to pray that you're all right at 8 a.m. on Wednesday 12th April. Be
Yeah.
careful.
I know.
Bulletproof vest. Lock the door.
Mordecai was murdered at 7. I'm not saying the precise time, so it's going to make it harder.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So,
Exactly. Don't keep that stum as to the exact time. Keep
no, it's
it
going to
quiet.
Yeah. Okay, so 7 o'clock. Let's go and see if anything's changed here. It has. We've
What's
opened
changed?
We've opened up a new room.
This is huge. I wish my house had new rooms that just appeared that were really big and spacious.
They're easier to build in 3D. So,
So these are the muses.
these are the muses. So we've already got all the muses in our inventory. And
These
let's
are my
have a
suspects.
look around the room here. So we've got
I think the twins are suspicious because there's
Always.
2 of them. So one of them could have been doing the deed while the other one was somewhere else creating an alibi. And because they're identical, you can't really tell,
also
who was there and which one was there and which one wasn't there.
it's suspicious as well because it just says Sunday. It doesn't say the Finch twins.
Yeah, so Monday could have been carrying out the murder while Sunday was off creating an alibi.
Or maybe there's a reason why Monday couldn't have done it. I don't know. Because it just says Sunday instead of Finch twins and Sunday and Monday. But, so in this gallery, we've got all of these paintings have appeared. We also have these little boards with lots of questions on. And then we have a couple of...
Fame.
yeah.
Did someone kill him for fame? What did they have a disagreement? All Hallows Eve, that's the time he was murdered.
What's the keywords around here?
Job, was it to do with their job, his job?
It does look like I can hang them on any of these to ask them about these. Oh, just in the middle we've got some kind of puzzle going on there.
I was very successful at the puzzle last time. I feel quite pleased with my own prowess.
You're still winning.
And another one of these tables with the weird marble holes.
That's got recycle on now, suggesting that for 2 red eyes we get 1 out. So if we want to ask people more questions, that's the way that we can do it.
Okay.
And then we've got another board here with loads of words on it.
Negligent. Family. Murder.
And then...
Mordecai.
Sorry. You've got those.
So how do I choose if I want to question one of the suspects? I can choose a topic I want to question them about.
Yep, and then you hang them and then you play it. So that there's 2 ways you can do it. You can just choose whatever you fancy, like completely open world, as it were. Just pick any painting space. Or over here, we appear to have a different looking painting at the top here and a list of words underneath in order.
He's got All Hallows Eve twice.
He does. Yeah. So that's going to be harder than it sounds to unlock those.
Oh, they're not unlocked.
They're not unlocked, so you need to...
that's a shame.
So pick one of these characters. Let's start on one of these characters and go through the words on the wall. See what that does, shall we? Which ones do you fancy? Investigating first. The twins, you said?
I want to try the twins. Okay. Yeah, there's something about twins that I think because they had 2 people at their disposal.
I know. They could have covered for each other, right? Mm-hmm. So we've got negligent is the first one. So we need to run around and find negligent.
The word negligent, and then put up the picture of the twins.
So it's none of those. These change position all the time, obviously. So before you were saying about remembering where stuff was, that was from your other run, but it would have changed. So
oh, I see. Right.
Here we have, you can just about see as I'm cycling through. There's Catherine.
That's Catherine.
So, yeah.
Otto. That's
Lilith, Otto there, sorry. And there is a twin. I don't know if they're both in it. Shall we give it a
Well, let's try her. Yeah.
Okay.
The surrogate didn't take the same care with Monday as Mother did with me. We were treated equally from the moment we were born, but these things do make a difference, you know. Nature versus nurture. It doesn't seem to affect her on the court, though, so I suppose that's what counts.
So Sunday was treated better than Monday her whole life. That's what she said, I think. And she also suggested that Monday was raised mainly by a surrogate, whilst Sunday was raised by Mother herself.
Yeah.
So Mother had a preference for Sunday, and Monday was farmed out to a sort of helper, a nanny.
Yeah, so they're maybe not as equal as expected, the twins there.
And there may be underlying resentment. Does Monday resent Sunday for that? Possibly.
She could do. Let's have a look here. So what's happened is we've
unlocked that one.
We've unlocked this one.
So can we play something? If we click it, does it play something else? Or
that's still not working at the moment. I think
do we have to unlock all of them?
We need to unlock all of them. So
now we find disagreement.
Okay, let's go and grab that painting again. Oh, do you see what just happened?
It's gone to family.
Yeah, it's spun around, so you can't just ask.
Remember where you are, yeah.
Yeah, but that says family, and it did say disagreement, right?
We need the word disagreement.
Sorry, it said negligent, and then it said family. Yeah, because we asked negligent first, and now it's showing family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this might make some sense now? It's got negligent and family, almost as if these boards are offering a bit of a hint to the sequence that those words are going to come up in those positions.
So does that mean the next thing that'll come up will be All Hallows Eve? Are we going in a sort of...
It does indeed, yeah. They loop around, yeah. When we built those, they're basically tumblers with 6 words on. They just keep going round and round. So this is a bit of a puzzle to unlock here, even in itself. So disagreement we've got to find now.
Yep.
It's okay for the first one. It gets a bit tougher for the others. Here we go.
Well, we never fight, do we?
Full screen.
I always think that we were forced to spend so much time apart before we were born, that we've been making up for it ever since.
That was a quick one.
They spent so much time apart before they were born that they're making up for it. So they're inseparable. Since they've been born, they've been together all the time, and they never fight, although I'm not sure I believe that because Monday must feel a little put out or aggrieved by her inferior treatment.
Which one's Sunday, which one's Monday even?
Well, we never fight, do we?
That's
I always
Monday.
think that we were forced to spend so much time apart before we were born, that we've been making up for it ever since.
I think Monday is slightly more trying to please. I think Sunday is very much in charge and dominant from that, just that very short sequence, obviously.
She seems to be a happier twin, maybe. And also the one that isn't potentially being convicted of murder later.
No, but it was Sunday's name.
Yeah, and Sunday is dressed in white.
Black.
In black.
Yeah, it's. I think
Interesting.
if you go back to the
Ah,
boat spirit.
on the spirits now.
It is actually. It's Sunday's name, which is a suspect. It's not Monday.
Yeah.
Because we have to find Gallery in order to finish off Sunday.
Yeah, we still can't get anything here, so let's go Gallery, shall we? Can't remember where it was. Oh, no. There we go. White dress.
Gallery.
There we go.
So it's Monday in the white dress.
Well, our parents are gallery patrons, so we go there a lot. They get an incredible amount of work for such a small gallery. Did you see the Wilmington retrospective? We love that.
So she's nicer, if that makes sense. She's less cocky. Sunday's more confident in herself and a bit more stuck up. That's my read on that.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? Negligent we've gone back to. That might be useful. So now that we've unlocked all these, and
So what does that give us now?
it gives us like a eyeball pattern here. Should we have a play?
Can anyone verify your whereabouts on the evening of the 31st of October?
My friends. They were with me from around 6 o'clock.
Where exactly?
At my house.
And they were there the whole time? What were you doing?
Talking to ghosts. Well, trying to anyway.
Interesting.
Now, her friends may well have thought that they were at home with Sunday. Could they have been home with Monday and Monday was wearing a black dress and saying she was Sunday? Can people actually tell?
Yeah, it's very true. How would you know that was the correct
The twin, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know, but definitely one of the twins was.
And she claims that she was holding some sort of seance.
Yeah.
She said she was talking to spirits.
But she from 6 o'clock, and that she was with friends. So one of the things that we don't really tell you in this game, but we hope that you kind of come up with on your own, is that if they say something to the police like that the police would follow it up. Make sure they weren't lying.
Yeah, that like the friends can corroborate that this happened.
Yeah.
And they were all
Yeah. So
Presumably a group of them were talking to spirits or trying to contact the other side or
yeah,
whatever.
it's Melhaven. So, but what you said, yeah, we don't know whether or not she was. Which twin that was? Who'd you fancy next?
I like Dominique.
Dominique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Family job disagreement.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
We've got job there. Family. Okay. Oh,
No, that's the twins again. So Dominique.
there we go. Let's have a listen.
My mum left when I was 9, and my dad died last year. Black lung. So it's just me. Oh, and Adam, my fiancé. He teaches English.
Short and sweet. Didn't tell us that much, did it?
Getting a sense of her.
Job. Okay.
Miss Moonstruck, enchantée. The name was actually Leo's idea. He owns the bar. I'm a classically trained ballerina. Never done burlesque before, but I like it. Costumes, choreographing the routines. It's not a bad way to pass the time. Until I can get out of here.
Okay. What's disagreement the next? That is the next thing on the list, so you can go back to where you were.
Wow,
actually.
winning. Well done. Okay.
It's the only thing we fight about. We're supposed to be saving up for Paris, but Adam says I spend too much. He's probably right. I spent a fortune last week on a new corset. It's gorgeous, though. Champagne satin with a feather trim.
Interesting.
She argues with her fiancé about money. They're meant to be saving, but she spends. It's only the two of them left. Her family have passed on. I'm just trying to get a sense of her as a character.
Yeah. We've only had a little bit, but yeah.
She's only gone into burlesque for something to do until she gets out of here. So she's planning to leave Merlehaven.
Yeah.
She seems a bit la-di-da, if I'm allowed to say that.
Should we see a police interview?
Yeah.
Oh, that changed your spirit.
I see. So those interviews are her with Mordecai, and then this on the wall is the police interview.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it, yeah.
I've understood, yeah.
I told you I wasn't trying to flee the island. I had an audition in Paris on the 1st.
Cutting it a bit fine, weren't you?
I could have made it if you hadn't stopped me from getting the last boat.
And where were you before that, between 4 and 7 p.m.?
At home. Packing.
Can anyone confirm that?
No. I live alone.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, no alibi
No alibi.
for Dominique.
Dominique's not off the hook.
She's not off the hook.
She's not off the hook.
at
Could be
all.
her,
No.
couldn't it? No.
She and she did say earlier on that she was planning to leave Merlehaven. So it does. I don't think it's necessarily completely ridiculous that she was going to an audition in Paris because that had been planned.
Yeah. She could also have been fleeing the scene. So.
She could have been, but I think there's some credence to the excuse she's given.
Yeah. Not corroborated though, so.
No, it isn't.
We have to.
But I'm just getting a sense of her.
You want her to be
I'm
innocent.
building a picture. I wouldn't say. I found the twins more shifty. I'll be honest. I thought Sunday Finch seemed to be hiding something to me.
I mean, it's completely random, but I do think that some of them are shiftier than the others. Yeah.
It's just my impression. I'm just trying to build a picture of people. Okay.
should
So we
I-
do the other woman, Catherine Myers.
Professor Myers. Okay. Negligent.
Negligent.
Oh, have we got one of those on the wall still?
No, that changed to All Hallows Eve. Spirit.
Nothing there.
Do we have to do it in order? Could we do number 2?
Negligent here. You can't.
Oh,
you have to do them in order.
Okay.
That's the. I mean, we could. I should have let you tried and failed, but it's the developer playthrough. Yeah, you have to do those in order to unlock them. So, Catherine,
Gotcha.
negligent. Here we go. That looks like Catherine to me.
Jason hadn't been fully rehabilitated. He needed more help. He escaped into the community, and there isn't much more I'm allowed to say on the matter. There was a full investigation by the Justice Department that decided our security measures were appropriate.
Interesting.
I would say that her manner when delivering that didn't suggest that she cared very much. The fact that she was sort of... There was something about her delivery. She's looking at her nails. She's brushing her dress. She's, we didn't do anything wrong. It's this very kind of... She doesn't want to take responsibility. I don't know what really happened there with Jason.
She did say that they were cleared by the Justice Department.
Yes, they were. She did say that, but a lot of people are, I suspect there might be a bit more to that, and she's trying to make light of it.
If you look at her job...
She's Vice Justice of Merlhaven. And she was accused of negligence with Jason. Something went wrong there. She's claiming that, but our measures were appropriate.
Yeah, I know.
Clearly some people felt they weren't appropriate. He escaped into the community.
It sounds like she was cleared by her own department.
Yeah. She was cleared by the Justice Department.
Yeah.
But, I sort of assumed that it was an independent investigation.
Possibly.
I just made that assumption that it was someone else,
yeah.
like not her herself that was doing the investigation.
I mean,
that there was
she's
someone
Vice
else doing.
Justice, so there's also Justice Hoon. There's
Yeah, there is someone above her,
there's
that's
someone
right.
else, yeah.
And Mordecai.
Okay. We haven't had Mordecai yet, have we?
No, actually. So she was talking to him about him?
I don't know. Let's have a... Okay.
You and I have a long, illustrious history, don't we, Maudie? It's so lovely that we've been brought together for this piece. Tell me, how have things been going since we last met?
Suspicious?
So I think an affair, that's what I think.
Could be.
How have things been going since we last met? That was delivered with a sort of
Knowing.
What happened when they last met?
Interesting.
Yeah, I think definitely something's been going on there.
Definitely
A
knows
long
him.
and illustrious history. Although, given her job with the Justice Department, has she perhaps has she cleared him for a crime that he committed? Did he maybe steal? I know he's an artist. You know the way sometimes artists say, oh, he stole my idea for my painting. I feel like there might have been intellectual property wrangling, or...
I mean, I like the way you're thinking. That is...
legal strings were pulled, methinks.
She might know him in many ways there, yeah. Murder we've got, so... I don't think we've had a murder yet. I mean, there's been a murder, obviously.
There's been lots of murders on this island.
I don't think...
There's such a small population. It's like Midsummer Murders. It's a tiny, tiny village, and yet half of them are dead.
Nobody asked about the murder, that's why. Okay, so shall we have a go?
He murdered both my parents and was never caught. My whole family dead. I was 13. I guess it stirred a passion in me.
Interesting.
Now that's very interesting. So that's why she went into justice.
Yep.
Because her parents had been murdered. Now who murdered both her parents? She doesn't say. She just said he.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can tell you, but I mean, Mordecai, they didn't say he was a killer, and I'm not sure.
Well, she wouldn't have been telling Mordecai, would she? If
No.
if he were the killer,
Absolutely,
she wouldn't be
you
saying. Yeah, you'd say you killed both my parents, wouldn't you?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I think that, and also of the age, he's probably. I don't know how old Mordecai is. I don't think we actually say. didn't even say how.
I mean, he's got to be at least 50, I think, because he's got a long history of many, many paintings. And I get the sense they were painted over many years. I mean, he can't be like 25 with that amount of the output.
It definitely took a couple of weeks to do them. Okay. Shall we, let's ask Professor Myers what she was doing. Well, we hope that's what Salisbury's going to ask. It's the voice of River Booth. Let's have a listen.
I was at home.
The whole day?
I was preparing for a costume party.
On your own?
Yes. I was on my own until about 7:30.
Also, no alibi.
No alibi.
What costume party was she off to? How many things were going on this island on the same evening? There was an exhibition opening, a costume party. The Sunday was holding a séance.
Nobody could be bothered to go to the...
who was actually at this exhibition?
He killed himself. Nobody was going to turn up anyway. He's like, no, years I've been doing this. It's not even worth it anymore.
She's an odd one, though. There's something going on with her.
Catherine.
She's more suspicious. Catherine's very suspicious. There's a lot to unpack. She's hiding a lot.
She's definitely got an abuse of power vibe going on, potentially. Okay, who we got left?
Got to do all the men. I haven't done any of the men.
You've got Lilith to do as well, if you want to...
Oh, Lilith. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah?
I don't remember Lilith.
Okay, Lilith.
Who was Lilith again?
Undertaker.
Okay.
Yeah?
Cool. Right. Yeah, let's hear it.
Played by Ashlyn Diath. Okay, we've got Job, Fame and Murder. Let's go and... Job, Fame and Murder. All words linked.
All the best.
Yeah.
I've always called that actress Ashlyn Death. Is that not right?
No, it's Diath, but it's spelled...
Is it Diath?
Okay, we're in trouble here because we don't have...
Job.
We don't have Job. So
we have to choose someone else.
So you got two options in terms of getting the best score anyway. You can choose someone else, see if their word's already up on the board, or you can use maybe one of the other muses to try and get that word job to come back round on one of the tumblers.
How can you use a muse to make a word come up?
Use a muse. So, okay, if we look at Professor Myers, say, right? The word job here, yeah? We need to find it on a board first.
So it's preceded by home.
So we need to ask someone about home. And look.
Well, Otto was happy to be asked about home, and then that'll make job come up next. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask Otto about his home.
Okay. I can't remember where home was. I'm terrible. I'd lose a car in a car park at this point. Okay. Otto. That is Otto. If you're having trouble seeing who they are when you're playing the game, you can obviously just click on the painting and slam on the wall.
I had this babysitter once called Holly. She looked after me for years. Fed me jam tarts, let me stay up late. She was great. Then, all of a sudden, she was gone. There was a lot of shouting, so... Thanks, Dad.
Huh.
So is there an intimation that Dad perhaps made some sort of unwanted advances toward Holly, which would have led, or maybe an affair or something went on, which would have been the cause of the shouting, because when the wife found out, and then Holly was dismissed. So that's what I take from that. That's why Holly was...
You're too clever for this game.
I mean, I'm too clever by half, but now we have Job.
We've got Job. So do you want to carry on with Otto, or do you want to...
No, I want to go... We have
on the job
Lilith.
with Lilith.
Start with Job,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's ask you about your job, Lilith. What do you do?
I have a side hustle in a company that creates lab-grown meat. Cows and vegans are equally destroying the planet, in my opinion. What I'm doing is different.
Lab-grown meat.
Wow.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought I was going to hear about how she got into being an undertaker.
Yeah.
So cows and vegans both are destroying the planet, and we should be growing meat in a lab.
That's what our Undertaker's saying on Melhaven.
She's not. She's different from how I thought she was going to be.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I'm just surprised.
You weren't expecting Cockney?
I was not. But I'm happy that I encountered it. I think I pictured her a bit like how Dominique is.
Right. Because it's Ashlyn.
But that's just my... Yeah, that's just how I think of Ashlyn, but that's got nothing to do with this character, obviously. So. And the next one was Fame.
Fame. Oh, I think we may have already had that. Maybe not.
No, I don't think we've had Fame.
Okay.
I want to live forever. Light up the sky like a flame. Fame.
How are you that old? You're not that old.
I have an old soul.
Okay, I remember that. I remember Fame.
Yeah.
Sure. Just a quick check on the board. Yeah, we've got job. Going for Fame. Give us Fame, please.
Uncle Steve's the headless horseman, not me. When he died, Dad took over and changed the name from Stewart's to Rendell's. Tough times. Lots of arguments.
Interesting.
So, again, I hadn't made this connection either. But the headless horseman, of whom we learned earlier, is her uncle, which would explain why she's the Undertaker, because it's still the family business.
Yeah.
Her father took over the business, renamed it Rendell's, to get away from the association with
Presumably.
Steve.
Yeah. Who
Could her father have actually committed the murder in order to get the family business? Was he the one holding the...
I mean, I think Higgins said that the Johnsons
Yeah, he did, you're
murdered
right.
him. So
Now, who are the Johnsons?
who are the Johnsons? It's coming up in the next episode.
And what was their name? Sorry, they changed it from what to Rendell's?
I don't think it says. It didn't say.
Changed it to Rendell's.
But it is the headless horseman's surname.
We need to work out if anyone mentions the Johnsons at any point. Though Catherine's parents were both murdered as well.
I know.
By the Johnsons.
There's a lot of murder going on.
Or a small community. Yeah, then what was the third word?
We've got a murder, and I'm pretty sure we've already had murder. So
We
might
have
be
had
struggling
murder,
for
yeah.
it. Let's go and have a look. All Hallows Eve.
Oh yeah, I've seen All Hallows Eve.
Okay, so if we can't find another murder in Melhaven, then we'll need to look for All Hallows Eve. Spirit. All Hallows Eve. Spirit.
There's All Hallows Eve. So who do we... I've seen All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, and
Who do we
another
have
one.
to talk to?
They're all over the place, All Hallows Eve. Looks like.
So we need to talk to somebody who's got All Hallows Eve.
Ooh.
With this gentleman here.
Xavier.
Who's that? Xavier. Yeah, he wants to talk about All Hallows Eve.
Okay, tell us about All Hallows Eve. Xavier, where are you? Here we go.
I usually plan a hunting trip for Halloween, even though it's the best time of year for sales. You'd think New Year or spring or Christmas, but Halloween is when I'm perpetually asked for Zorigami, a type of possessed clock. Kyoko taught me how they're made. She said they'd only work if filled with blood and passion.
That's not what I was expecting either.
That's our former surgeon turned clockmaker who makes possessed clocks on Halloween, sounds like.
I mean, I don't see how a clock could function if filled with blood, because clocks, the mechanism is quite delicate, and as you said, precision is key.
Yeah.
If it were filled with liquid, it actually wouldn't turn.
I mean, maybe it just needs to be a little bit. A bit of vial of blood. A battery of blood.
And filled with passion. I feel like passion is quite hard to measure. It's
Quantify,
kind of it's not a quantity that you...
Yeah. Maybe it's how you acquire the blood. Could be.
So, okay, now we can finish Lilith with murder.
Let's finish Lilith off, shall we? Here we go.
The Kincaids? Well, they were buying up plots from Merlers and selling them on for extortionate fees. Demand outstripped supply, so they started murdering people off, forging papers to burial grounds. It's cremation or bust if you're a new resident nowadays. There's just no space.
Right. A match with the burial grounds.
hang on now. It's quite a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
The Kincaids are running some sort of black market racket, but they had bought so many plots that they had to start murdering people in order to fill the plots.
Well, they'd sold so many. I think they'd oversold plots. So if you kill off somebody, a resident with a plot, you can get another plot or get their plot, I guess.
Also, I just want to point out that earlier on I learned that Merlehaven had only appeared 70 years ago.
Yep.
So the idea that you're already full of dead people seems like...
I mean...
How many... That's only enough time for, like, one generation, isn't it? 70 people?
You've not heard about the coal mine...
Or 70 years, pardon me, 70 years.
You've not...
That's only one...
You've not heard about the coal mining industry at the moment, but... There's quite a few ways people died on this island, but that's all.
How have you got a coal mining industry if you've only been around for 70 years?
Well,
it takes longer than that for coal to
get a bit of coal
form.
Well, the island didn't necessarily. They just discovered it then, is what they're saying. It appeared out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We're getting contradictory voices in our ears, but I think that's good because that is what would happen in a real life murder investigation, and I have to work out who's telling me the truth.
Okay, you got Lilith now. Let's see what she was doing between 4 and 7.
You know where I was. You called me to fetch your body from the hills.
Where were you between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m?
In the basement, pickling that tourist.
Alone?
Yes. It's not really a spectator sport.
They called her to get a body from the hills, and then she was preparing the body between 4 and 7.
I mean, it sounds...
How interesting.
It sounds plausible, but...
It does sound plausible.
Does she have a corroborated...
What body was on the hills?
A tourist.
That's another just dead person, unaccounted for.
A tourist, apparently. Yeah.
So much death.
I mean, I wouldn't go on to the undulating hills after what I'd heard about it.
I wouldn't move to Merlehaven, full stop.
The
amount of murder.
Tourists.
The Kincaids, the Johnsons.
They're like thrill seekers, though. They want that action adventure and maybe a bit of death. So
scary.
Yeah.
Do we need to finish The Gentleman that we started but didn't finish?
She doesn't have a corroborated alibi either, does she?
Well, very few of them do. Only at the moment Sunday has a...
Yeah.
But even that, I think, is got some holes
Suspect.
in it.
Okay. We've got All Hallows Eve again. Should we do that for Xavier?
Yeah, sure. Why has he got so much to say about All Hallows Eve?
He doesn't.
That in itself is suspicious.
Actually, so he's going to just say the same thing again now, probably.
I usually plan a hunting trip for Halloween.
Yeah.
Even though it's the best time of year for sales.
So he only has really 2 things to say then, he doesn't have 3.
Well, they've all got these eyeballs still, so we can still ask him 5 questions, but in terms of unlocking his...
Oh, I see.
His police interview, we've just got spirits to do.
Okay, let's hear about spirits. Can I say I love the lighting on the police interviews? It's so film noir with the slanted lights.
I like a bit of film noir.
Really beautiful. Okay.
Caroline's due to be released on Halloween of all days. She used to wear these clingy catsuits that left nothing to the imagination. I probably won't be here for Halloween though. I usually go hunting.
Now, there was something called The Hunt.
The Hunt, yeah.
In one of the earlier rooms, there was a painting. And I'm now beginning to think Xavier is the bloke who's going on all these hunts. What's he hunting for? Who's Caroline? An ex-wife? A current wife?
Yeah, it's the first mention of Caroline for us.
And she's in prison, about to be released. Although he doesn't care and he's off hunting.
She's probably done some murdering at Smellhaven.
Is she Caroline Johnson? Is she Caroline Kincaid?
Yeah, it's interesting ideas. Shall we have a look, see if Xavier's got an alibi?
I wasn't even here on Halloween. I was in Germany. It was a whole organised hunting thing. They photographed me next to my passport.
Why didn't you go to opening night?
The more I got to know Mordecai, the less I became a fan.
He's a funny guy.
Okay. He was
photographed in... Now, was he photographed in Germany, though? Because anyone can take a picture holding a passport, and that doesn't prove anything.
I suppose, but you'd have to say, if the police followed it up, would it...
Then it is substantiated.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, Sunday and Xavier have corroborated alibis.
Potentially.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So should we do Otto?
Yeah.
I think it's the last one. Portrait.
Portrait gallery. Here we go. There we go. Where are you, Otto? There. Also, you can just leave these paintings on the wall. I'm just...
Oh.
And switching with
Why am I
spacebar
getting a
to full
portrait?
screen.
They needed a drunken philanderer. Is it just about the 3 golden orcs? Smooth. What? It's not a humble brag. No, it's a basic brag.
So he's called himself a philanderer, which I think is possibly significant. Also, the 3 golden orcs. Is this a painting? Is this something he should be bragging about? So what did he do? Did he win a prize called the Golden Orc? Did he catch 3 golden orcs? What did he do?
I mean, it's a comedian, the ventriloquy golden orcs, probably some kind of award.
Oh, it's like an Oscar.
Probably.
Or a golden... The golden orc is... He's won 3 golden orcs, basically. It's like he's won 3 BAFTAs.
Yeah, but for Melhaven, so... You get one on your 50th birthday if you haven't been murdered by them as well, probably.
Okay, so this is... Why am I having my portrait done? They needed a philanderer. No, it's because you had 3 awards.
Well, that's what we think.
Gallery.
There is an overarching storyline which might give us another reason why they had the gallery, why they had their paintings done. But check out Gallery. Huh. Yay.
It was the royal box, and Pip made some joke about upskirting. That's illegal now. What, invading people's privacy? No, making jokes.
Okay. Is Pip trying to get cancelled?
A bit of a sort of comment on cancel culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing.
So he's a slightly irreverent comedian who feels constrained by current political...
Apparently, maybe you can't get cancelled on Melhaven. It's just, you're more likely to get murdered. At this rate, it does seem to be a bit like that.
So now what? We've done all 6 of them.
You've done a full board. Let's have a listen to Otto as well.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I was at home.
Why?
Well, Marcy's gig had been cancelled. I knew there'd be alcohol at the gallery, and I didn't want to tempt myself.
When was the last time you drank alcohol?
This morning.
So by tempt yourself, you mean...
I didn't want to see his face. Mordecai.
So he's trying to get sober, and he's not a fan of Mordecai. Quite a few of them aren't a fan of Mordecai. Xavier said he didn't like him either.
I mean, they're possibly all murderers of Mordecai, so...
However, I'm going to write a list. I've got my pen
They
out.
could have out. I mean, Catherine did say that she knew him at some point. So,
From the past.
Yeah.
So I'm going to write down who doesn't have an alibi. I know that some of these alibis are a bit, So Catherine had no alibi. That bloke who was at home, Otto, had no alibi. Lilith has no alibi. She was alone with a corpse. Who was the other one with no alibi?
Professor Myers.
I've got her.
So you got Dominique, Lilith, Otto, and Catherine. Professor
So
Myers.
Dominique has no alibi
No.
either. Oh, yes, of course, and she was spotted trying to board a boat quite soon afterwards. Sunday was supposedly holding a seance with friends, and Xavier was supposedly in Germany. All right.
So you may have ruled out a couple in night one. Is what we're getting
Yeah,
at.
I see. So at the moment I have 4 people still in play as potential murderers.
Also, coming back to this first board here, can you see that there's quite a lot of stuff on there now?
Yeah, what does that all mean?
This is what we've built to be a handy playback wall.
So you can hear it again
if you want
without having to run around the gallery.
Exactly
We never
Nice.
fight, do we?
I always think.
And you can also hear all the police interviews in here.
You know where I was.
Yep. So quick recap without having to run.
Shall we keep
run through it.
going? Because I kind of want to get to the bottom of it. Or is it going to take forever?
It's we can take no. It's if you do all the puzzles and you view all of the images, it obviously takes a lot longer. But if you just try and solve the murder, you can go through and just unlock these little bits about them and work out from your interviews what to do. So it's up to you. We can.
Well, how does this end? Like, do I get to make a charge against someone?
Yeah, at the end of the third night, you wake up in a place where you can accuse one of those 6. Yeah.
J'accuse.
Yeah.
Shall we go and do night 2? How does it work? Oh, I see. You go back into the little room. You play the thing with the play.
Yeah.
Which says, "Don't come back don't watch this till you're ready to leave," or whatever.
Yeah. So
is that how you get night 2 to come?
That is, yeah. Do you wanna head to night 2, do you? Yeah. Okay.
I've got it down to 4 people, so I feel like I'm nearly there. Well, obviously I've got more interviewing to do.
I'll just take a couple of these eyes while I'm here. Just in case we need those later. Got 2 eyeballs, and okay, there we go.
The night shift can feel pretty long, but pretty uneventful too, am I right? Am I? Right? You'll get used to it. I'm just glad I can get back to my normal sleeping pattern now. I did not enjoy your job. Have another good night.
Is this Sasha?
That's Sasha, yeah. I paused the game just so that we can take stock of what we're doing. We've decided that for day 2, we're just going to run around and smash all the crates and make Sasha angry. That's the plan. Okay. So watch me speed run day 2. Oh, wait. What's this?
Thanks for putting all those paintings out for me yesterday. Just 2 more days to go.
Sounds good. We've still got the staff room open. That's good. Nothing's changed in here, really. Let's smash some crates. Oh.
It's an orc.
It's an orc.
I'm learning so much now. I'm like, it's an orc, not a penguin. I don't know who that is, though.
No. If we don't put them on the walls, you obviously... oh.
A worried-looking boar.
What could that be to do with? If we don't put them on the walls, we can't ask about them at night, obviously, either. That. Got the fishing boats there.
Purple waters.
So this is something you can do if you're doing a speed run or you're just trying to solve the murder as quickly as possible. You can just smash through these crates. Obviously, you won't get a very high score unless you put them all out in the right place. And if you play the game a few times and you know where the right place is, you can obviously quickly slot these on the wall. So I guess if I wanted to, I do know what these ones are. So the last orc, we saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Just throw that one up there, make the place look a bit busy. The docks, definitely had one of those. We have the docks, purple something. There we go, purple waters. Doorway. What have we got there? Her. Oh, yeah, there we go. Stick her on the wall. What have we got here? Oh, the butcher. It's going to definitely look like a picture of some meat being carved there. Or we've got Melhaven Island and the Hunt. If we can find it. Oh, Melhaven Island. There we go. And the Hunt. So I've slammed those paintings out on the wall. Take a quick breather. That's much better. And let's go into night 2. It's very quick.
Miss Argento just called me to ask for one of the grey portraits. Just pick any one of the 6 and leave it in reception. It's going away to be tested for authenticity, whatever that means. I think they all look hideous, so they're probably all authentic.
Oh.
So is there then an intimation that some of these portraits are not actually authentic?
That's what she's saying,
And does this perhaps tie in with the illegality that Catherine Myers may have helped him cover up in the past?
It could be. Look, we've got this. This has arrived now. She actually...
an easel.
So Sasha wants us to pick a portrait to send away for testing for authenticity.
Just any of them?
Choose any of them, but do you know what the bad news is?
What?
Guess what's going to happen at night? If you sent the portrait away, you won't be able to play with it. So...
Well, let's send something we don't need.
Yeah, okay, so who do we think's safe? Who do you think isn't the killer?
I think Xavier.
Okay, Xavier, let's go. Here he is.
Perfectionist surgeon turned clockmaker Xavier Hahn is
voiceover?
Melhaven's most in-demand artisan. He took a small hiatus when his mother died last year, and more recently after divorcing his wife Caroline. But his reclusiveness and rare output has made him more in demand than ever.
The only reason I choose him is because the only 2 people presently with alibis are him and Sunday is bloody suspicious, frankly. So I'm going to send Xavier as being less suspicious.
See you, Xavier. Can we get out of here now? Wow, this job, eh? I hope it pays well. Okay, we're night 2. Oh.
Okay. They occupy me with their stories, but it's the police interviews that will help me solve his murder. 3 questions, all in order, then touch their name.
Well, there you go. If you didn't have a developer hand-holding you through the game, you've just been told by Higgins that you...
So Higgins is also trying to solve the murder.
Yeah, he's trying to help us. Actually, what's this?
This is on the ground. I just need to hang each painting once, and then I can escape this dream. But should I?
Oh, Higgins, give me a little shortcut for how to get out of the night gallery if you don't want to be in there.
Or should he stay?
Something has changed.
Oh, something has changed, says Higgins. Well,
What's changed?
This all looks the same.
What's changed?
Wait, this is new.
Ah.
Another giant TV screen.
I wish extensions just appeared with giant plasma screens that I didn't have to pay for.
Let's have a listen. Here you
go. As you might have realized by now, Mordecai Gray was not having a great Halloween. After being incapacitated, Gray's assailant proceeded to tie him to a chair with a piece of climbing rope that was found at the scene. Gray himself was not a climber, and there was no reason to believe the rope had started life in his loft. A later analysis concluded the murderer had some kind of chalk residue on their hands that had been transferred to the rope during bondage. Whilst chalk is commonly used as a component of many things, the forensics examiner was adamant they were looking for a killer who either weightlifted at Merlehaven's gym, was a rock climber, or a patron of Daxton's sporting goods. But does it also mean that our murder was premeditated? Whoever tied him up, they had something they wanted to say to him before dealing by blow.
That's very, very interesting. So as he said, it's kind of it's personal. Obviously, if you tie somebody up, you don't just want them dead, you want them to suffer, and you want to have a moment where they can't move and you can say whatever it was you felt you needed to say.
Yep.
And now the chalk.
Something to do with chalk.
Aren't there chalk mines or something? Because I recall one of those paintings we hung at the beginning was the chalk something.
Chalk cellars. Yeah.
Chalk cellars, okay.
That's where they keep the
so
dodgy
the
alcohol.
police are wrong. It's not a weightlifter. It's someone who was in the chalk cellars or someone who deals with the wine.
It could be. Could be.
Now, who's the bloke who's trying to get sober but isn't succeeding? Is that Otto?
Yeah.
It is Otto.
Yeah, that was his police interview, yeah.
So he was in the chalk cellars.
You reckon?
I think. Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got new doorways appeared. Oh.
Mm.
In this door, looks like another gallery extension. In this door, it's
all my suspects.
All the police interviews. So look, I only have 5 paintings tonight. Xavier's gone.
Because we sent Xavier away.
Yeah. So, who shall we start on first?
I think those twins are suspicious.
Back with the twins. Okay. Opportunity, payment, and dreams. Have a look. See what we can get out of them. There's dreams there. Okay. That's definitely a twin. Let's go.
There's a tournament in Mexico next month, but I'm free as a bird at the moment. Monday doesn't think she'll be fit enough, so she's encouraged me to sign up for singles. But I don't think she'd ever forgive me if I won.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So Sunday's very much the biggest star of the two sisters. Monday's not even sure if she's wants to compete. But again, she's jealous at the same time.
And also potentially that Sunday in the white tennis outfit.
Which suggests that actually they do switch clothes.
And why couldn't she compete? I don't know what she said.
She said she wasn't fit enough.
Okay.
That's what she said.
She wasn't
fit
enough. Interesting.
Seems unlikely. They're both quite fit, aren't they?
Payment and dreams we've got. Dreams there.
When she says she's not fit enough, does that mean is she currently pregnant?
I don't know. You're not fit
that
enough
would take you out of competition for a while.
Not fit enough to play. We've got another puzzle in here. It's good that we went through the first night without doing the puzzle, because it also shows that you don't have to do the puzzles to solve the mystery if you don't want to. Was it payment? I've completely... Yeah? Was that it?
Mm-hmm. Try it, yeah.
I completely lost it.
Fun fact, my blood actually belongs to my parents. You have to get their permission if you want to use it for any scientific purposes. But it's okay. I won't tell if you don't.
Okay.
Sorry, her blood belongs to her parents. What does that mean? Her blood in her veins?
I mean...
Or she has like a vial of blood, or what? What does she mean by that?
I don't know. But her parents...
You have to get permission to use it for scientific purposes.
And also, it kind of suggests Mordecai's asking for some blood. Why are they talking about blood? And it's on the keyword
Fun
payment.
fact, my blood actually belongs to my parents. You have to get their permission if you want to use it for any scientific purposes. But it's okay. I won't tell if you don't.
Well, the other person who mentioned blood was Xavier with his clock, which only worked when it had blood in it.
Yes. Yeah.
So, is Mordecai involved with this magic clock? Mordecai did paint a clock in a tree.
He did. Dreams, I think, is the last one.
We both want to be number one. That's why we play doubles. But, to be brutally honest, if Monday's health meant she couldn't play anymore, I wouldn't be able to give it up.
Let's go and have a lesson, shall we?
Yeah.
You on any rope?
That's a bizarre question. Don't most people?
Okay, let's try another question. Do you use chalk on your hands to play tennis?
I thought of that, yeah.
No.
Then why would Philip Daxon tell us you regularly bought chalk at a store?
Well, he probably confused me for Monday. It happens a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it had occurred to me about the chalk and the tennis racket.
She's blaming Monday for that.
Why would Monday want chalk? I mean, either they both use it or they don't.
We haven't heard a lot from Monday recently.
Well, yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Monday, apparently her health is failing now. Which is
Yes.
something going on here.
Xavier, we can't talk to. Who's your fancy next? Dom, Lilith?
Dominique.
Dominique again.
Dominique.
Deal.
Opportunity payment.
Oh, let's start getting a bit hard. Opportunity and payment's already gone for Sunday.
Should we do someone else?
They're all looking quite hard. Professor Myers helped paint small. I don't think we've had any of those. We can hack through Dominique. Deal opportunity payment.
Well, try it.
Okay.
Or if you see dreams, we can do Lilith.
Okay. Deal. Let's tell us, Dominique.
I've decided I'm not coming back to Melhaven after the audition. I'm going to stay in Paris and start a new life. Which means I need money. So we can do this the easy way or the hard way. What's it to be?
Okay, so she's involved in blackmailing Mordecai. She wants money, and she's got something on him.
That does seem to be. Yeah.
It just gets deeper the more I go into it. Instead of unraveling it, it's actually getting more complex.
They've always got their complex motives. Also, a bell went off, a sound went off, and this book says deal. Not quite sure.
Weren't we looking for the word deal?
Yeah. That is the first word that we Oh.
No, that's hard.
Yeah. But these have just appeared from nowhere.
I can't keep track of
I
which
know.
dreams have appeared because they all look the same.
Yeah, no, it says it says
Paint, that was somebody.
yeah. She said we could do this the easy way or the hard way, and now we've got these two things appeared, easy or hard.
Oh.
Do you want to choose?
What, did they both for Dominique?
For Dominique. We can reply.
Yeah.
There's a bit of branching story in here. Do you want to
Hard.
do it the hard
I've never done
way?
life easy in my
Let's
life.
do it
I do
hard.
everything the hard way, so let's do it. Come on.
What you got for hard, Dominique?
Let's do it.
I love it when they say hard. I want half the money for my portrait when you sell it, paid into my Paris account. And if you don't, and you say you like it hard, I'll tell everyone just where you touched me. We've spent a lot of time alone together, and I'm just a sweet young girl being taken advantage of. Is that hard enough for you?
I love her so much.
Whoops.
So, okay, she is blackmailing him because,
Definitely.
as I suspected, he made a unwanted advances towards her.
Opportunity and payment.
I wonder whether she's working as a slight, kind of like an escort as well as burlesque. I don't know. Wonder whether he paid her or tried to pay her off or something.
She's on the ball on the way through. Opportunity. As per usual, I'm missing opportunity.
I've spent my whole life missing opportunities. It's fine.
Oh my god, there's no opportunity here. Let's leave this place.
I mean, there's little opportunity in Merlehaven, I think, just from a socio-political point of view.
Oh, look, just to make things easier, we've taken one of the words off in Night 2.
What word did we take off?
don't
Oh god, I can't remember. What was the word what have we missed?
We didn't take it off. As in the developers, me as developer, we've removed it to make it
I think
harder.
the word job is not there any longer.
Did you see job
Is that the
somewhere?
missing one? I'm saying I think job isn't there.
Okay, cool. You've seen it on the wall, have
missing
you? Okay.
Help.
Help isn't there. So I just had a look at it. It says help there.
Help is there.
Help's there, but it's not on these boards. So we know that help is the missing word if we need to find it. We need to get opportunity for...
So we need to find favour?
We need to find favour. Does anybody want favour? Anyone in particular? No. So I suggest we get Sunday on favour just to move that cog around, shall we?
Yeah.
If we can find it. There we go.
We begged and begged Mother and Father for those kittens. But they couldn't just be any kittens. You see, we wanted them to be exactly like us, made exactly the same way. We thought it was that easy. Just wave a magic wand and poof, you've created life.
Interesting.
Kittens that were based on her and her sister.
Identical kitten twins. Okay. It was Dom, wasn't it? Opportunity?
Yeah.
Things only go missing on nights I'm performing. Leo said it's because everyone's got their eyes on me. It's funny how the cameras haven't picked anything up. Maybe it's because they've got their eyes on me too. I am very distracting.
Loving the confidence there.
She is very distracting. So,
Okay.
I mean, we kind of know now what the deal is with Dominique.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't think she murdered him. I think she was after money, and she would have made a fuss about it in the press or whatever. But I don't think she killed him. I just have a feeling.
You like her. She's nice. She's definitely not the murderer, is what you're saying.
She's not nice, but I just think she's after him for money, but she's not. There's a difference between after you for money and there's a violence involved in tying someone up.
I've lost payment. Again, I'm missing payments, people. There's no payment. Oh my god. Love this game. It's not frustrating at all. It's fun. And it is about problem solving, is what I'm going to say. But I am missing payment. Or I've just run past it and I'm just sight blind. But I don't think it's not here.
Well, does it have to be payment? Can we do...
Well, I think payment is what we need next for Dom.
For Dominique.
But we do have... remember that missing word I thought was help? That'll unlock payment. So, anyone need any help? Oh, Professor Myers. There we go.
He was dead, drowned in the Aurora woods. I think Jason was murdered, like your mother.
Okay.
So Jason, when he disappeared into the community, was actually killed. This is what she was trying to cover up. And Mordecai's mother was killed. And both her parents were killed.
You've kept that thread together well. It's good.
Yeah. Well, the murder rates are very high.
Okay, Dominique, give us some payment, please. Oh, that is Dominique, right? Yeah.
Sure, I'll take my money for the blood now, but I still need my half of the painting when you sell it. You promise? Don't screw me over, Mordecai. I want to be famous. I want everyone to know my name.
She'll take her money for the blood now. So there is dealings going. We've heard about this blood now a few times.
Mordecai is definitely paying them for their blood, it would seem.
Who was the other person that mentioned blood?
Sunday.
I know.
Sunday.
And she said, you can't have my blood because it belongs to my parents.
But we won't tell anyone.
Mordecai is, as you say, he's buying blood from people.
Does seem to be.
For what purpose?
It's a mystery. We've unlocked Dom's police wall now, though, so let's see what she's got to say.
Yeah.
Have you recently bought anything from Daxon's?
No.
Work out at the gym?
No.
Are you a rock climber, Miss Sarand?
In the past, when I was younger, but not anymore.
But you still have climbing rope?
My dad had some climbing gear, but that's now all in boxes.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, Dominic still has rope. Even if it's in boxes, don't know. Doesn't sound corroborated, does it? You may have rope.
They can be got out of the boxes pretty easily.
Yeah, you'd think so. Not in this house, but in a normal house, yeah. Stuff doesn't get put in a box for 20 years. Okay. So we've unlocked Dominique there, and we've got Professor Myers, Otto, or Lilith to go. Who do you want to ask?
I like Professor Myers is covering up.
Paint and sport. Let's see what Catherine's been doing. Alibi. These walls are looking a bit shocking at the moment. Okay, paint. There we go.
You really don't remember being a patient at the manor? For defacing public property? The lighthouse? You don't remember any of it?
Wow.
So Mordecai himself was a psychiatric patient. But there was business at the lighthouse mentioned before.
Yeah.
That Mordecai went to prison for it.
For defacing the lighthouse, so Catherine.
When they say defacing, is this like the Banksy thing of like doing graffiti in a public place? Or do they mean real defacing?
The former. Yeah. Yes.
He's forgotten.
Yeah, so that's unhooked that bit for us. I've completely forgotten already. Thankfully, holding down shift lets you run. Sport. Okay. Here we go.
I like yacht racing. It's thrilling. I've got a few trophies. I don't like to brag.
Yeah.
Well, she has rope then, clearly, if she does yacht racing, because boats require rope.
It would sound like that, wouldn't it? Yeah. She's got yacht rope. Let's go and have a look at her police wall. Hello.
That's interesting, but I'm not a patron of either of those stores.
Do you like rock climbing?
No. It's a blight. I keep deauthorizing zones for rock climbing. Too messy when they fall.
I mean, she had access to rope, but did she have access to chalk? So.
She has access to anything.
Okay, rope for Catherine from the story there, but not saying anything about chalk. So we've got Lilith and Otto left.
Lilith is interesting to me. Dreams, and I think I've seen dreams on the wall.
Okay, let's find Lilith. We can put anyone on those on that hard keyword as well. Oh, what a surprise! My dreams have gone as well. Yeah, finally.
My dreams left
My
years ago.
dreams have gone.
So it's fine.
It's happened. Motive. Did you see motive anywhere?
I think I did, but you mean in here?
No, on the wall. Yeah. So we need to find a motive. See how it gets a bit harder each night to try and unlock these things. Who are we happy with? We've got already. Oh, motive could be a good one for any of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
More of
Yeah.
Sunday, or who do you want to see?
Let me hear Sunday, because I think she's very suspicious.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Please thank Mr. Hahn for me as well. I'm sure Monday will love it. I don't for a second believe a clock can cure her, but I have to humour her. She gets upset if she thinks I'm making fun. Do I have to pay for it?
Now that was very interesting. The clock, powered by blood, which was made by Mr. Hahn.
Xavier, yeah.
But Mordecai is collecting blood, I think, to give to Mr. Hahn for the clocks. And it would seem that the disease, the ill health that Monday is suffering from, is a disease of the blood. Perhaps.
It's
what's
weird.
She called? Hemophiliac, is that the right term?
It's on her motive slot as well, so it's interesting. A clock given to her sister via.
Does Sunday want her
Mordecai.
sister dead? But why?
I mean, she looks like she's trying to kind of keep her, help her, cure her, but I don't know. Who am I dreaming with? Catherine.
Wasn't it Lilith that was dreaming, I think?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Was it?
Yeah.
They're not nightmares as such, just the day unpacking itself. Whoever's in the morgue, if I've been preparing someone, I tend to dream about them. Well, not about exactly. It's more like I am them and I'm having their dream. It's weird, but it's cheaper than cinema tickets.
Okay.
That's odd, but it doesn't. I don't feel it furthers me much.
No, just that she experienced some weird dreams in the morgue. Alibi and not. So I put you on the spot. What do you think the acting's like in this game? Is it any good?
There's Alibi. Oh, it's excellent. I mean, I'm so
The voice acting's the
engrossed
best,
in
right?
it.
But
Oh God. I mean, no, I think the standard's very, very high, and even the fact that I'm finding it difficult to stop, even though it's been going for hours, it's because I am.
it's 2 a.m. now.
I am engrossed by it, and it's interesting. They feel like real people with real stories.
You're going to get bad dreams tonight, aren't you? Well, you can get dreams about Melhaven tonight.
Catherine is crooked.
Catherine, yeah, well, it's part of the justice system, eh?
Crooked.
Okay, alibi. I think, yeah.
They tried to run us out of business. What else was I supposed to do? I had a copy of their morgue key, so I messed things up a bit. On the nights in question, Jenna said we hung out together.
So someone, not quite sure who, tried to run them out of business. She had a copy of their morgue key.
Yeah.
So someone who had access to the morgue.
Well, they had
So
a
she
morgue.
has a... Sorry, go on.
Well, they tried to run out of business and she had a copy of their morgue key, so it must have been another Undertaker's.
Yeah. Someone already involved in the business. So she has a history of... Did she kill them? Or she messed things up a bit, that's what she said. And her friend Jenna gave her an alibi, which was a false alibi. So she has actually a history of false alibis.
So she might have a false alibi today, yeah.
But she's got no alibi at all for Mordecai's death.
She doesn't at the moment, has she? Knots, here we go.
Oh, knots
They're
in
pretty
rope.
strong, actually. Stan ties knots in them so they don't slide through the pallbearer's fingers. Rope burn is a proper burn. It also stops bodies from swooshing into the ground too quickly.
So she's got a lot of rope experience.
Yes. she knows how to handle the ropes there. She knows the ropes. Let's have a look and see.
You and I both know about the residue.
How do you know about the residue?
Come on, it's on my gloves, isn't it? The disposable gloves I wear. It's the same chalk the coroner found on the body.
I would say that doesn't mean that she isn't guilty.
Hang on, the chalk on her...
Gloves.
So she uses chalk in the morgue when she's preparing the bodies, and this was found...
On her gloves, the same chalk on her gloves as they found on the body, so it means that...
Well, that's quite significant, isn't it? I mean...
Well, they found that...
The same type of chalk.
Yeah, they found that at Daxon's as well, and yeah, so they found it in a couple of other places, but that is certainly not getting off the hook, is it? I think...
She doesn't have a motivation that I can see.
No.
She doesn't seem to be as involved
Yeah.
with the other people.
Yeah, we don't know what it would be at the moment, the motive.
What the involved is.
No. I think the motives come out with the stories as well, so we'd be...
It may be that I just haven't asked the right question.
It's not I haven't asked the right, but we could have asked another 18 questions in night one, so... But we do want to spend 7 hours. We want to solve the murder, please. Can we just... Okay. We're doing good, though. We just got Otto to go.
Okay.
Magic knots.
Magic knots.
Sounds like...
Magic knots. Why do we have to ask him about magic twice? This is just the same response twice.
It's the same response, and you'll see that if we it's to make it more difficult as it goes on. You can't ask him the same question in the same spot twice. It won't work. You need to find magic somewhere else. That's what I've always told people. Okay, let's go.
So I've been working on some card tricks. It's called credit card fraud. I was wondering if you might draw something for me on a card, like a phone number. Ashley, yeah. Can I have your phone number?
Okay. Otto has Mordecai's phone number.
Well, that's something that actually we haven't discussed, is it? That Mordecai received a phone call before his death, I believe. I remember that from the first time that we did this, and we haven't really talked about that this time around.
Yeah, so I guess...
Is that something that's going to come to light maybe
I think
soon or before night 3 or on night 3?
most of what you need to solve the murder, aside from the motives as much. The motives are on the wall here, but to solve the murder, you just need those police interviews. So, although it's interesting, I wouldn't frame them for murder based on one of these ones.
So I've been working on some card tricks. It's called credit card fraud. I was wondering if you might draw something for me on a card.
Genuinely
like
a ventriloquist.
He is not.
So it was just added after the fact. You added the voice.
Oh no, Pip's real. Yeah.
But like, he didn't genuinely do the ventriloquism
I'm saying,
on that take.
I was just saying that the dummy is real. Pip is the real person. You've got Otto played by... I'm kidding. You're looking... You've glazed over
No,
now.
sorry, so did the actor Pip, did he do the ventriloquism?
Yeah, so Otto was played by... Otto is the ventriloquist, and he is played by Ricky Stone, and Pip is the puppet, and I'm just saying that Pip is a real life puppet. It's his own voice.
So it's not that Ricky is throwing his voice?
No, he's not. No, he didn't throw his voice then during the thing. Although he did an amazing job, actually.
Yeah, that's what it looks so real that I was like, is that actor genuinely doing the ventriloquism?
If you ever have to act as a ventriloquist, the thing that Ricky did for me, which I never really I didn't really appreciate on the day, because we filmed his piece with Pip, and then afterwards we did obviously the voiceover and put that in later. But what I didn't appreciate on the day was that the hand movements perfectly matched what he was saying in the voiceover afterwards. So if that had been too short, or it had been open or closed at the wrong time, amazing.
And there's something to do with what they do with their lips, where they kind of manage to...
Yeah.
Like that thing, which he's also doing, so it looks really real.
But I mean, supernatural puppet is what I'm saying, so... all bets are off. It can talk on its own.
Maybe it actually is Pip talking.
Pip is a real life puppet, yeah. Pip is actually upstairs at the moment
Should Pip
in a
be
bag.
a suspect on the wall?
Pip is definitely suspect, yeah.
Because we've been like just ignoring Pip. But
I think it is Pip. We got another one from the ventriloquist here.
I knocked my back out at one point, doing weights.
Are you fat shaming me?
I had a knot in my back that took weeks to massage out.
That's not all she massaged out, is it?
Oh.
But who was the masseur or masseuse? I never know what the right word is.
Yeah, more standard misogyny from Pip and Otto. And we're ready. Here we go.
We're ready.
I'm sure they've already told you. I've been going to the gym every week since rehab.
Ever dust your hands before lifting?
Yeah, I'm a sweaty guy.
That's all we needed to know.
Okay, so he's not off the hook. Who?
Well, it's not conclusive, is it? It could mean something or it could mean nothing.
Yeah. So, did anyone definitely look like they're off the hook this time? No?
The more I learn, the more they all seem
dodgy.
Yeah. They're all involved in some way.
Let's just go back to the playback wall. Night 2. We just saw that one.
Do you own any rope?
That's a bizarre question. Don't most people?
Okay, let's try another question. Do you use chalk on your hands to play tennis?
No.
Then why would Philip Daxon tell us you regularly bought chalk at a store?
Well, he probably confused me for Monday. It happens a lot.
I mean, she's still from Act 1, from the Night 1, sorry.
Can anyone verify your whereabouts on the evening of the 31st of October?
My friends. They were with me from around 6 o'clock.
So she's already, or one of them at least, has a alibi for
One of them does.
them.
You and I both know about the residue.
Guilty.
Have you recently bought anything from Daxon's?
No.
Work out at the gym?
No.
Oh, that's rape in the box. Possibly also guilty. Wow. So...
I'm sure they've already told you. I've been going to the gym every week since rehab.
Ever dust your hands before lifting?
Yeah, I'm a sweaty...
Feels like we haven't really ruled anything out, do you think?
I mean, there are people I think it's less likely, and there are people I think are more likely.
Okay, I'm just gonna...
But do I have to make a decision now?
No, we've got one more night and another round of interviews. If you want to go for that, I'm just gonna while you're here, quickly do this puzzle for everyone so they can see what happens if you complete one of these puzzles. Can you guess what this puzzle is? Lilith, twins, Dominique, Xavier. Oh no. Catherine, Xavier, Lilith.
What are you trying to do? Match them up?
Yeah.
Or... Oh, I see. It's just snap.
Yes. This is not going as well as it could have done.
She's there. Yeah. Top left corner. Yep. Yeah.
We're good.
So now these.
Yes.
Phew. So now we have this puzzle key.
Oh my goodness, this is Sasha
Sasha's back.
on a huge phone.
Mordecai Gray is the artist who was murdered last year. It's the main exhibition at the moment. I think you've probably just seen that phrase somewhere around the gallery.
What phrase?
Oh, I don't know. That seems kind of strange. Plus we've got this.
Lovely vase.
A
Purple urn with flowers.
It's got a Roman numeral on the bottom.
Which one? Let me see. It's 10.
10. Okay. And also in here, we've got a free play wall. It's golden. It means that you don't.
So you can ask anyone about their means.
You don't burn any eyes. Yeah. So.
Well, they split the embryo cells in half at a really early stage, so you get 2 for the price of 1. It's basically how twins develop anyway, except in our case, the embryos were implanted into 2 different mothers. Apparently they do it all the time with cattle, but we were the first humans. It's really not a big deal.
Cool.
That's really interesting information because I didn't know that until now. So they actually were born of 2 different mothers.
Yeah.
Which would explain why Sunday was treated as the favourite always.
Surrogate. Okay. I'm gonna just take you back now to the staff room because we've found an urn, and the staff room changes at night. Okay. For a start, it has a bit of homage to Dr. Dekker, a Rorschach painting.
Oh, I see.
This is interesting. Down here we have character rooms. Yeah.
What's a character room? Oh my god, this is so much depth to this.
You never want to see this game again. There's too
but
much.
Like, what's in it? Is it a whole load of more questions?
Well, interestingly, in the character room, we've got these words here, and basically, if you light them all up, so if we went back and asked Dominique about fame, we'd get her first portrait here, but we have accidentally unlocked her final portrait, which kind of...
What do you mean her final portrait?
So...
Oh, the finished portrait that he was working on.
No. In this, we call this the character lore section, and basically, because you get a lot of information in little bits, as you've noticed already, as you go around the gallery, what we've done is we've created these final character rooms that draw all that information together into one final précis by Higgins, essentially. So he gives you the roundup of everything.
I would love to hear Higgins' take on some of these characters.
Do you want to hear? I mean, so like I say, you have to unlock them first. And also, as you see, some of them got numbers. That means it's in Night Gallery 2. Yeah. If it doesn't have a number, it means it hasn't appeared yet and might not appear in this particular playthrough. This part of the game stays forever. So the more you play, you just keep unlocking more and more stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's so interesting. Let me see what this is.
Adam dumped Dominique for cheating with Leo. Leo fired Dominique for stealing. Dominique blamed Mordecai for everything, especially for reneging on a deal that would have made her rich. But then, where did his diamond orc go? With love turned to hate, and the flames of passion well and truly stamped out, our tragic Dominique was left with nothing to cling to but an audition in Paris, and one final fragile shot at redemption. Did she really think Mordecai was behind it all?
So, there's a lot of names there in the beginning that we haven't...
Well, Leo is her current fiancé. I don't think I've encountered Adam in this playthrough yet. Why does she blame Mordecai? Was she also involved with Mordecai as well? Maybe.
There'll be a bit more that we need to unlock for the full story, as it were.
You need to write a novel, Tim. I think this is just...
You can unlock them in any order, but it does help you bring them all together. Like, we could maybe go and get that fame on the way back out, just to unlock that one.
Yeah. So we asked Dominique about fame. Is that right?
We can ask Dominique about fame, and we'll unlock that painting. We've got a couple of phones here. All the phones we collect stay here forever.
Oh, gosh.
We also have something called the Tips Hotline. If we could...
Is it...
Go on.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on, you.
Is it Rachel playing Sasha?
No. Sasha's played by Olivia Bourne.
Who's Rachel playing? Have we seen Rachel yet?
We haven't, no, but we're about to go and see her upstairs.
Oh, right.
Tips Hotline here, you can actually put in 6 eyeballs and call the Tips Hotline.
And then you get...
Thank you for calling the Tips Hotline. Tips Hotline can reveal one of the innocent suspects. This is a paid-for service. Please hang up, insert payment, and redial. Have a nice day.
So
And that will tell you that such and such didn't do it.
that'll give you one innocent person. Yeah. So that'll rule someone out for you. You can't do it every night. You can do it once, and that's it. Okay, and then upstairs
The scope of this is huge.
we've got.
This is all new. Like, this room didn't exist last time.
No, but this is a permanent room that stays in the game for as many playthroughs as you want. This is the urn room at the top of the.
Oh god, yeah, so we found one urn, didn't we?
We've got quite a few.
Only one.
We've got quite a few urns already from different playthroughs I've done. Oh yeah,
I
sorry,
see.
yeah, that's possibly kind of one of the things why you didn't get all the story from from Dominique earlier, because I've unlocked it in a different run. But we got X, right? Yeah.
We got, X was 10, yes. We did get that. So what does that give
That's
us?
green at the moment.
So this gives us a new bit from Lilith?
No, this gives us a bit from the woman upstairs.
Lilith is pure of heart, but corrupt of soul.
So that's Rachel.
That is, Rachel playing.
A sort of oracle.
Yeah, she gets mentioned a couple of times as Kyra in the game. Kyra is somebody that we haven't seen all that stuff yet, but the suspects notice this girl hanging out sometimes at the gallery called Kyra. Not the gallery, at Mordecai's where he does his art. So they're kind of wondering what Kyra's doing and what her influence is over Mordecai. And these are.
And this is Kyra's impressions of different people. She gives you her thoughts.
That is, yeah. There's 17 all in all. I think she's got one for blood as well. I'm not sure.
Can I see a few of them? Whatever is unlocked at the moment.
Okay.
Just to get a sense of.
Okay, well, that's Lilith. We just unlocked that one.
We need 6 of the freshly dead on Malhaven soil. Then they can be arranged.
Okay, she seems to want some dead people, so she's in the right place for that.
6 of the freshly dead, then they can be arranged.
What should she say about Dominique?
See that Dominique gets her money. She deserves to leave this place.
She's pro-Dominique.
Yeah, yeah.
And Catherine.
Catherine is lost. She's become evil. Although there is something I want from her.
Interesting. So.
I think Catherine's dodgy.
Yeah, so there's obviously all the suspects have got their reasons for why they want to kill Mordecai and what they think Mordecai is motivated by, and he's motivated by potentially a lot of things, including potentially Kyra, whatever Kyra's telling him, because those are conversations that he's had with Kyra. Okay, can you remember what it was that we were supposed to unlock in here?
Fame. It was Dominique on Fame,
Was it
and that was going to unlock something. She wants to be famous.
Anyone can be famous. I want to be adored.
We saw this, did we?
Put me on a pedestal and shower me with rose petals. Adam doesn't get it. He's like a dog, happy with whatever he's given. But I need passion. I want to be wanted.
Yeah, because she had said earlier she wanted to be famous, and she's the only one who has said that, has admitted to it.
So there you go, we've just unlocked her first painting now.
What's that?
A Star is Born.
Dominique Serrant was a rare triple threat. A dancer, singer, and actor whose talents burned so bright that she landed the lead role in a West End musical as a complete unknown. No longer would she be a nobody from a nowhere island. Dominique was destined for greatness, and she couldn't wait to leave her past behind. Or at least, that's what she thought.
There we go, the first part of Dominique's story arc there. She was going to do a music. She did get a West End show.
What has occurred to me? So, you know the way she was off to Paris for this audition? Where exactly is Merlehaven? It's never really established. Is it in the UK? Is it an island off the UK, or is it in a sort of mythical?
Yeah, I mean, he said in the North Sea that it rose from the North Sea. So it's actually, when we designed it, we thought, because we actually live on the Norfolk Cambridgeshire border, so there's a place called the Wash, on the side of Lincolnshire, and it's to the east of England there, really, Melhaven. We thought it'd be a good place for an island just to rise out of the sea there. Probably is one. Nobody's checked. So that is. We can skip out now. I think we can get out of here into the final night if you want.
Yeah.
Should we go for it?
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, I'm this far in. I'm down the rabbit hole. I think. If you need to stop.
I'll give you tea.
I don't.
I've been brought tea. That's with a cup that says tea.
You're gonna have to talk to me about. Well.
I have to tell you everything after we stop recording.
Yeah. Because I need.
You need to know now.
I need to know.
Okay. There's a lot of unanswered questions. But
it's an orc.
Chin up. Just one day left. Keep an extra eye out tonight, though. They're looking into Mordecai's murder case again. New evidence, apparently. Which means his paintings are going to be the talk of the town and top of any local art burglar's hit list. There's a gun in the drawer, if you need. Just kidding. Call the police. Catch you later.
So something weird about her as well, you know.
It's comforting, isn't it?
There's something... Okay, here we go. Just to remind, it's your last night tonight. 3 nights on, 4 nights off. What a job, eh? See you in the morning.
Okay. I will. I'll run around quickly, whilst grabbing these last paintings. In fact, like I say, you don't have to put them out. I could not put them out. The only reason, obviously you get the score. Also, if you put all the paintings out, you unlock a final kind of Halloween section that you wouldn't unlock otherwise if you hadn't put all the puzzles out, all the paints out. So it's worth it for some people to do. And once you're bored of them because you've listened to them all, say, and you've played it a load of times, you can still maximise your score by putting them out correctly immediately each time. So.
1 second.
Yep. Yeah, so do you know what? I don't even need to show them that last bit. We're not going to show that last bit. So in this time, I'm just going to not put these paintings out and show you that you can do that. You can just pick them up and I'll take you through to the
I
next
love these
section.
legs. Who's this walking?
These are all the things you fall asleep to during your very important
she's
job.
set aside a couple of Grace's portraits for me, please. Just leave them in reception. One of them's going to be going on a permanent vacation, so don't pick your favourites. Thanks.
Brilliant. So now
Permanent vacation.
we've got to give her 2 portraits to pick from now.
2?
2, and one of them's going to disappear. So I know that one of them's going to be Xavier, right? It's not going to
Well, I
let me pick
don't
anything
know,
up.
actually. Are you asking me to choose, like, I have to rule somebody out?
Yeah.
So I can't pick them as they definitely didn't do it.
Out of the ones other than Xavier, yeah.
But hang on, is Xavier not back? Because I thought he was coming back.
Xavier's
I
back.
only put him out for 1 night. Yeah, so,
We can send him off again, basically.
you know, I want to keep Xavier, actually. I think it wasn't Dominique. I believe in her innocence.
You think it wasn't Dominic?
It wasn't Dominique. So if you want me to rule somebody out, I think it wasn't her.
Okay. Sorry, I quickly threw those out because I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't not finish something.
Go ahead.
I've chucked all the paintings
Don't
out.
let me stop you.
Okay, I'm going to throw Xavier out here. No, I'm not because I didn't pick him up. This is why I ran out of room. Apparently, humans can only carry so many paintings. So, Dominic.
But why are we are we definitely throwing out Xavier?
It was something to do with his night 1, where he was in Germany. Remember?
Oh yeah, okay. So Xavier and I think Dominique.
Dominic.
seems innocent to me.
So let's see who they take away.
So we don't get to choose.
No, Sasha's asked for 2, and she said one of them's going to go on a permanent vacation. Who will we lose? Let's see. We lost Dominique.
Told you she's innocent.
She's innocent. What's this say?
Hey, and then a weird name. I just wanted to thank you for putting all those paintings for me. Here's a gift for you. What's with the strange...
I know, it's like it's been weirdly doctored as if it's not meant to be in the night.
Has it been redacted? Have words been redacted? There's an orc.
A gift from Sasha. Do you know what? I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do with that, because it was... Actually, what I'm going to do is... hey everyone, let's just take a little break here. Okay, we cut that out. We had some fun without you, so we want you to find that for yourself when you buy the game and play it. But it was a lot of fun. Anyway, let's go.
My life was in danger for a few moments, but I survived.
Okay. I reckon we've got a third gallery. I don't know about you.
Is that what? Has a new place has opened
I
up?
imagine so. Here we go. Yeah. Another TV.
Oh yeah, this is
Clemens.
Dr. Crispin.
Dr. Crispin.
Japanese.
Let's talk about Marina Yoshikawa, a professional cleaner who was employed to clear and clean Gray's loft 3 times a week. He had given her 2 rules to follow. Firstly, the 3 cleaning days were not to be known in advance, and Marina was meant to turn up unannounced. Secondly, and this is more interesting, Marina was to only speak in Japanese when working for Gray. Fatefully, Marina turned up to clean on Halloween at 10 minutes past 4. She remembers distinctly because the door had been bolted from the inside, and when she asked in Japanese whether she should come back another time, she was shocked to receive a rude dismissal, also in Japanese. Mordecai had never spoken to her that way before, so she quickly fled, but on later reflection admitted to Justice Huhn it definitely was not Gray's voice. The voice she heard was not deep enough, and Gray couldn't speak a word of Japanese. However, we can all assume that the murderer could.
Wow. This story just deepens and deepens. So, the fact she was told to turn up unannounced and she would just turn up, that's really strange. Why Japanese? Really strange.
It's another weird, so...
10 past 4, she turned up. So, he had only left the exhibition place at 4 o'clock. And obviously it was already back in his loft by 10 past 4 and the door was bolted.
From the inside.
Did he already know? Already something was up by 10 past 4.
I mean, she said that it wasn't his voice, so someone else was...
But we don't know that. You know, first she thought it was, and then on later reflection, she told Justice Hoon that, it wasn't his voice. But do we know that it wasn't his voice? And how do we know that Mordecai didn't know a little bit of Japanese?
He did. I think he did.
I think he did know. Well, again, it was just claimed that he didn't speak a word of Japanese. But I'm not sure I believe.
Well, she said that he'd never spoken to her like that before. So I guess maybe that means that he never spoke to her in Japanese before. But this is there's actually 9 facets to Mordecai's murder, and you see 3 in every game. So every game you see 3 things that you needed for the murder to happen. But if you continue playing the game, there's actually 9 all in all, 9 different bits that frame the murder. So it's worth playing more than once, essentially. Gives people
So in this
money.
game, for instance, we've heard about the cleaner, and then in other games, I remember hearing about the phone call.
Exactly, and you'll play through as a
So
phone
whereas that
call.
hasn't come up this time round.
That's it. So you are now privy to 4 of the things.
Of the
needed.
facets.
Yeah. of the facets of killing Mordecai Grey.
Oh my god, I'm like my head's spinning, but like in a good way, I think.
That's good. That's good. It's good. It's in a good way. I mean, you know, obviously, you only get little bits of information out.
Well, like Otto having his phone number would have been significant if we were doing the phone call bit, but we're not. So.
Well, then we actually have a phone box.
Where did that appear from? That's new.
Yeah, it's the new gallery. There's another puzzle for us to do, but who have we got left? So you don't think it was Dominique and?
Oh, Dominique's gone, isn't she? So let's go back to the 5.
Yeah.
Or,
So we'll work on these walls, shall we?
Yeah.
Well, these look pretty hard, eh? Ignore, devil, steal it.
Ignore, devil. Good lord. And what does that say? Steal?
Steal, yeah.
Cheat. Fear, devil.
Let's go steal, fear, devil for Professor Myers, shall we? Or Sunday, do you want? Like, anywhere where there's no
Yeah, I don't
dupes.
mind anyone, really, that you want to start with.
Okay, let's try and see if Catherine's innocent or not. Steal, fear, devil. We can recap them before you choose who to...
Oh my god, I mean...
Spens stole the irises to destroy the henge, but only made it stronger. Jason was supposed to become Spens to tell me where they were buried, not wreak revenge.
Things have escalated.
Well, Jason was the one who escaped and was murdered, so when they say become Spens, I'm not quite sure what that means. Jason was meant to become Spens.
Yeah, but you're spot on. That is what she said. It is to do with that storyline. Fear now. People are watching me saying, I've already seen all these keywords, I know where they are. Why is it taking you an hour to find them?
It's because they move around, though, isn't it?
Not originally, but...
Every patient leaves the manor completely under my control. But you're not. The undulating hills have turned you in some way. I want to help you, Mordecai, but you're being very annoying.
Interesting.
So the last time she saw him, he was a patient in the manor. That's why she said, oh, how have you been since the last time I saw you?
Yeah.
She was his psychiatric doctor.
We're not quite sure what the manor is yet.
Well, it seems to me to be a mental hospital.
It's definitely a rehabilitation place.
Or even an asylum.
Yeah.
Is it for the criminally insane?
I mean, I can't tell, obviously, but...
No, I'm kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah. What else we got for her? Sorry, I'm gonna string us down again. It was just the devil. I mean, that's a good one.
Devil.
Can always find the devil, can't you? It's always always lying around. He says not being able to find the devil. The devil is in the detail, but it's not in this gallery. Okay, yeah, okay.
Spens is my mother's maiden name. My grandfather was Mayor Rickman Spens. I do not agree with his politics. He tried to drown my grandmother in the Aurora trials too.
Ooh. Okay. Famous dad. Sounds like Mayor of Malheim.
And the Aurora trials were the witch trials, so he tried to get rid of his wife by accusing her of witchcraft.
They didn't like the witches, did they, that much? Definitely some...
She reminds me of someone I know.
Catherine.
Kind of highly strung and sort of... yeah. We've done it, yeah.
That's Beth Gatherer. She's like nothing like that, the actor that plays her, but yeah, she's a good job.
I know enough to get by.
Ever spoken to Marina?
I don't think Mordecai would have allowed it.
Did you speak to her?
I mean, you should ask her. I don't remember.
Who's Marina? Mordecai wouldn't have allowed it.
I think Marina. They said that Marina was the house cleaner.
Housekeeper.
Yeah, housekeeper. Yeah.
Oh, Marina Yoshi.
Yeah. So,
Yoshikamoto or something. That was the cleaner as Marina.
So Professor Myers
Wouldn't have allowed. Has claims. Well, obviously she has spoken to her, because if the answer was no, she would have said no.
She doesn't remember talking.
If you say I can't remember, then that means yes, but I don't want to admit it.
It is a bit suspect, isn't it?
So she does know the cleaner.
We can't go for Dominique. We can ignore Lilith. See how that goes.
Yeah. I don't think it was Lilith either.
I'm not sure if she said anything to get off the hook yet, but...
She hasn't said anything very incriminating either, though.
Also, we've still got Sunday here, so yeah.
I love this game.
That's good. That's good to hear.
I do. I think it's really interesting.
There's a lot for people to find and see and play, basically.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
He was having an affair which drove his wife to suicide. She couldn't ignore it anymore, so he basically killed his whole family one way or another. Mr. Britton, music teacher and marriage advocate.
Some story we've caught a glimpse of there.
Yeah, I don't know Mr. Britton.
No, we've not heard about Mr. Britton. I need to get another ignore on the wall, so it might be after cheat. I've got a blank there. No, it's after power. Excellent.
Okay, so power.
I'm losing power. Can I find? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyone can go up here. Have we unlocked anyone yet? Yeah, Catherine.
Yeah.
Let's have a power trip, Catherine. This should go well.
Yeah.
Our program is being rolled out worldwide. Soon, there will be no more crime. People will still be free. But they'll also answer to me if needed.
Quite obviously going a bit power mad there, I think.
She's going to solve crime, but everyone's going to need to answer to her somehow.
Yeah, people are free, but not.
We are missing quite a big part of her storyline, which explains that, but, you know. There's lots to find out. That's what we're saying. We've got an ignore. So, who are we ignoring?
Wasn't it Lilith that we were ignoring?
We
need
are
a second
ignoring her a
from
second time. Sorry, Lilith. Here we go. When you're speedrunning this game as well, you can just click that and as they talk. Lovely. There we go. That's already.
What was the third one? Cheat.
She's
devil.
got devil as well. No.
Devil.
Everyone's got the devil. It could be after language, unless it's on this board. Love.
Love.
Do we have any love? No. Okay. Who do you ask about love?
Catherine Myers. She's very interesting.
What does Catherine love? I can't find love. What a surprise! Is that a Beatles song? Have I just? Oh my! Yeah, we've got it. Cool.
Here we go.
Tell us, Catherine. You've got 2 eyeballs left. What are you going to tell us?
I love all my patients. I even love you. But please, tell me what drew you to the undulating hills.
Well.
So he was, it seems. Did he visit the undulating hills between the hours of 4 and 7?
I don't know when, but Catherine's definitely saying that he went to the undulating hills and it changed him. That's what she said earlier, so it's confirmed.
Was his stay at the manor, was that post the undulating hills?
Yes, I think so, because she said it changed you, you know. Yeah.
So it made him mad, as it were.
Potentially, yeah. If you can remember to ask me about that afterwards, I can tell you what that whole thing relates
I've literally started writing things in my notebook to try to. I don't know if you can see, but I'm trying to like make little notes.
It ties Kyra together as well nicely, that whole thread, a bit of that. Okay, the devil is
Kyra, his secret daughter
Lilith.
from the hills.
Whatever you gave me to put in their drinks. It's scary, Mordecai. They're dancing and smiling whilst I'm incinerating their parents. You need to undo it.
What did he do? This is all new.
This is new, yeah.
She put something in their drinks while she incinerated their parents. Well, she's the Undertaker, so she was, I assume, cremating their parents.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And she put something in their drinks so that they would be really jolly at the funeral.
That's good. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And Mordecai gave that something to her, so...
Is it made of this blood that he's so keen on buying?
I mean, he gave a clock to Sunday as well. He seems to be doing a few deals here and there. So we didn't really press.
Why would Mordecai want people to be very jolly at funerals? Because he doesn't want them to notice who's being killed?
I mean, it may be what he wants, it may be what she wants. And it was something to appease Lilith for something else, maybe. So, you know, there's a little thread to do with
God, you know, the more I do, I'm realizing I'm only scratching the surface. I need to dedicate hours to this to really get to the bottom of.
I mean, for anyone watching this who's completely confused, we have only asked pretty much half the eyes every night, so we're missing at this point.
We're missing bits of the story.
Yeah, half the content you get in a single run. So normally you'd be a little bit more clued up. But yeah,
I'm clueless.
This is the mainly motives and stuff, and all the story intertwines out here in the walls here. But you can solve the murder purely by looking at the police walls, which is what we're trying to do to make this run a little bit quicker. So Lilith, we got that.
I barely know any English, let alone Japanese.
Can you speak any other languages?
No. But I've got a great range of filthy looks.
Okay. There's Lilith saying it's not her, is what I'm getting from that.
So, well, what they seem to be suggesting is that the killer at the time was already inside, the door was bolted, and they told her to go away in Japanese.
Yes.
That seems to be what's being put forward as a hypothesis.
Yes.
Although...
Go on.
I think Mordecai himself could speak Japanese and could well have given that instruction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether she said she didn't know who said it. She didn't know. She couldn't.
Yeah, she wasn't quite sure whose voice it was.
So then we've got Otto. I mean, we don't have to do Sunday. We don't have to do Xavier if you think he's innocent. We don't need to actually finish these off.
Oh, do we not?
No.
Can I just make my Jacques?
You can do, yeah. We can run back.
So I think we should hear a bit of Sunday because I think she is. My thoughts in terms of who did this. It's either Sunday or Professor Myers. So that's my two contenders in my head.
Yeah.
And I've heard Miss Myers.
I don't think Professor Myers has said anything yet, particularly. The other thing is, what we didn't do that you can do if you want to is if you accidentally gave away a character you didn't want to on night 2, for example.
Oh, right,
you can come back and finish Xavier's wall now. Yeah, you can answer.
That's helpful.
So we haven't completely strung you up, as it were. You can, as long as by the end of it you're giving away somebody who you think is definitely innocent, you're okay. So we're going to unlock Steal, Cheat and Ignore for Sunday. Things heat up a bit for Sunday in Act 3. So let's see where we drop in on her story. Steal. No, we can't because there's no steal. The steal.
Oh, can we not do
She's
it?
dead. We need to find and ignore. Trouble. It's lucky you don't get points for finishing quickly or slowly. It's a good couch co-op game. You can play it, take as long as you want. Nobody cares. So we're
Do Sunday for ignore as well. Let me just get a sense.
Okay.
What she says.
They deceived us. I remember Mother, if I can still call her that, showing us a photograph of Monday's surrogate. We must have been young because I remember thinking she had pretty hair. After Monday died, I found the photo again, in a box in the lab. It was just a picture cut out of a magazine.
So it wasn't actually a picture of the surrogate at all, it was just a random...
Picture from a magazine. And also, what else did she say? Did you catch it?
They deceived us, and that was the lie about this is... Oh, after Mother died, was that what she said?
Not Mother.
Somebody died after someone died.
They deceived us. I remember Mother, if I can still call her that, showing us a photograph of Monday's surrogate. We must have been young because I remember thinking she had pretty hair. After Monday died, I found the photo again.
After Monday died.
Well, Monday's health has been poor for the last
Something great.
while, and we tried to help her with the clock filled with blood, but it didn't work, and the poor girl died.
That could be motive. You could be stringing bits there together. Yeah. Mordecai gave her a clock. She's dead now. It also means that the police evidence from the beginning couldn't have been her twin, could it, if she was dead?
No, but do we know when this twin died? As I take it, she's dead before
Halloween.
Mordecai's death. Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, sad. We're on for. We can keep. If you can see more of her story if you want. She's definitely innocent. It looks like. Still, she ignored. Do you want to see more of something?
Well, why do you think she's innocent? Where did you get that from? Because Monday's dead.
Because.
Oh, because you mean because the alibi.
That's right.
Has to be
In
real.
the first night, she said that she was with friends who they would have been able to check out.
And my big thing was that it could well have been Monday who was with the friends. Now we've realised it couldn't have been.
I mean, I knew I was going to say give away Monday tonight. I still don't know whether it's.
Yeah.
I still don't know whether it's Dominique or not. You go and check the police wall, but.
I don't think it is.
It means that we.
All right. Well, then I think it was Professor Myers.
You think it was Professor Myers?
Yeah.
Do you want to question anyone else, or shall we head out of here?
Let's head off. I'm ready to make my accusation, and then I want to hear what she has to say for herself. I charge you with the murder of Mordecai Gray.
I mean, it's not that grandiose. It's just.
I was ready to. Is it like a black cap they put on when they're going to sit and suit?
Okay, I've run back to the beginning here, so.
Oh God.
Let's check out.
Oh.
Okay.
It's now 2:20 in the morning.
We're still at night. Something's changed. The gallery is now gone.
So now I place the murderer is okay. Now Professor Myers did it.
So we get to pick from those. Do you want to see the police wall from God, that's it. I can't talk anymore. For Professor Myers first before we go. Do you want to see those, or are you sure?
But have I not already seen it?
You have.
Didn't you play?
Yeah, all the police.
Yeah, I've seen it already. Yeah, no, I've made my decision.
You've made your decision. It's definitely Professor Myers. Okay, let's see. There's no judgment, but Higgins is definitely going to judge it. Okay. Let's go.
Accuse.
I was at home.
The whole day?
I was preparing for a costume party.
On your own?
She goes to costume
Yes.
parties, for God's sake.
I was on my own until about
really a
7:30.
party.
But who came at 7:30?
Yes.
Oof. That was a guilty response.
That's interesting, but I'm not a patron of either of those stores.
Do you like rock climbing?
No, it's a blight. I keep deauthorizing zones for rock climbing.
This
Too
was
messy
the
when they fall.
rope from the yachting, but no chalk, maybe.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I know enough to
That
get
was
by.
her innocent response.
Ever spoken to Marina?
I don't think Mordecai would have allowed it.
Does she have to have a guilty response every time?
Did you speak to her?
Oh.
I mean, you should ask her. I don't remember.
The other ones were good.
But that's a guilty response as well. But the thing is, I don't believe her. I don't believe you.
Yes.
She is guilty.
She's got two guilties and one
Did
innocent.
Mordy lead you all the way here? Sadly, I didn't kill him. I wonder
Who do you think it
who
was?
did.
Second guess.
Can I get a second guess?
You should have just given me the money, Mordecai. I would have made you so proud.
Really? She's the one that I sent out for being completely innocent.
Well, that's it for the Grey exhibition. Time to pack up the paintings until next year. I wonder if they'll ever solve his murder. Probably not. Anyway,
you did it.
You better head off. Unless
She's got a guilty
you want to do
look
some
about
overtime.
Well, clearly my capacity for finding villains is not good. So I got that completely wrong.
It was good. We took some shortcuts, but when you've got enough info, I think that when she said about yachting, it definitely is like, okay, she's got rope, so we knew she got rope then. But then she then.
I know, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like they're lying to the police. Am I meant to take it that they always tell the truth?
It's hard. I guess if you can, we thought if you can follow up.
I have a suspicious nature.
Yeah.
Like she's.
I mean,
lying.
basically, you can go through and think there's definitely all of them. Yeah. But no, if they tell a story and you think the police could have checked up on it and decided whether it's.
Then I
true
have
or
to
not.
take it that the police did check.
You have to take it that they checked, probably. Yeah. Otherwise, they could literally say anything, and it would all be meaningless. So
that's
we
true.
kind of
Yeah, I
we
know,
have
I know,
that
I know. Yeah,
that in mind. But yeah.
Well, I have failed in my attempts at being a detective.
You did very well. You did very well. We blasted a serious amount of time. It's 10:15, so.
I know. I'm so sorry. I've been chatting your ear off all night, but I genuinely
great.
find it interesting.
It's been great. I'll tell you all the secrets after we've gone off camera. So.
Yeah, whenever you've stopped recording, I do actually have questions, but I realise you can't. There are certain things I can't ask when you're recording.
No. Anything I say is canon. So. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. We hope that you enjoy playing the game, or we hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. Genuinely.
It was great having you. You make a very good detective. You're very studious.
I got it all wrong though.
Just this playthrough. There's millions of different variations of the game. You'll win another one. It's fine. That's just the first go.
Eventually.
Just you have a go again. So it's all good. Brilliant. Bye.